You speak as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
Nosfero, does this word not sound like the death bird culling the living dead at dawn? It is the name both ghouls and demons dare not say, for they know it means death for the undead.
Hello, you beautiful people. Let's hope I'm not muted. You never can tell. Let's see who we've got here in the chat. We have got Micra up first. Heyo, good to see you. We have got Jeremy Burtz there. Always good to see you, brother. I hope you were doing well. We have got my brother from another mother from New England. There is no other. Lord Crackhead 33, the other Jeremy, and soon to be very likely my convention-going brother. So it's good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. We have got Phil, and he feels like Link. Phil, check your Twitter. Let's see here. We have got Aldous on the farm just off Orwell Lane. So Aldous, let me take a moment if you're still with us here in the chat, and you're here on the stream, to let you know that I sent a link to my brother who did that shadow painting. A guy who's been there with me through thick and thin. I've known him now for, almost 20 years. And he was incredibly, I sent him the link to the video where you talked about the piece and everybody looked at it. And he was incredibly moved by that, man. He really appreciated your kind words. He's a good dude, and it was great to have two good dudes meeting each other. What is up, 80s Made Consumer? It is great to see you, 80s MC. I hope you are doing well. Let's see who else. We've got our Retro Graphics here, or RGB, in the house. It is good to you. Hail and bow. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got Lloyd Burton, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. I've been thinking about your painting like crazy, man. Ready to rock and roll. And great to see you here. We got Angela Curry. Hello, Angela Curry. Tip of the hat to you, my lady. And great to see you here in the chat. We have got Big Boy Robo. Hail to you, my friend. And, of course, hail to the chat. Then we've got, what is the good word Fowler? Did I miss Fowler? Where is he? Or does he have? Oh, RG. Got it. Just put it together. Very, very cool. We've got Luna Comics here. Excellent to see you. We have got General Piggy. General Piggy, great to see you. That's one of my favorite little icons there in the world. Let's see here. Yes, Aldous dropping links in the chat for Nosfero. It is great to see that in there. Let's see. Thank you, Aldous. I appreciate you. Yeah, seriously. And absolutely, Aldous, he really was moved by that. He was just like, it's, you know how it is with artists, you know how it is with creatives. There's nothing like a shot in the arm and people telling you, hey, I appreciate that artwork you did to put him in a good mood. We all appreciate it. And he's just a super down-to-earth guy, a really good dude. Hey, that's why I've been friends with him for ages, to be honest. I mean, we've been buds for a very long time. So what I'm working on right now is the bookmark, the legendary bookmark that is going to be the Bookmark of Dreams. And for those of you guys who've seen other streams where I've talked about it, you know that what I want for this bookmark is it to be a throwback to the Mark Davis Imagineering days of when they were creating the Haunted Mansion in Disney World, the beautiful stuff that was going into horror. Hey, what's up, SDA? It's great to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Great to have you in the chat. And I wanted to make this just basically the coolest bookmark ever made in history on Earth. Add whatever you want to add into that. Because I love the idea of everything I do on this project being something that you take some joy and some inspiration from. And that's ultimately what it's all about here at CG. As you guys know, I'm working on a swimsuit pinup piece for Zaid Comics for their book that's coming out, CG Vacation, the largest collaboration in the history of Comicsgate, I believe, in terms of all the different characters that are going to be on it. And I am doing a piece for Clint Stoker's Downcast World. And I was just streaming over on Eric Weathers' channel. If you are not subscribed to Eric Weathers' channel, that is where we do CG Team. He is the creator, artist of Battle Brick Road, which is on its way, the Battle Brick Road to 100K. And he is it's so close, guys. We've got to see if we can nudge that thing into 100K. Come on, let's make it happen. But he is also the letterer extraordinaire behind Cyberfrog and so many other amazing projects. So, give that project a look. It's the Wizard of Oz meets badass action. So if you're a fan of either of those things, you will enjoy it. Let's see here. That piece is absolutely killer. Yeah, his shadow piece is one of those. It's one of those things that it's just, I don't know if he ever sees how much magic he's got when he paints, but he really brings it to that piece, and I think it's great. And when I do my next round of scanning of Nosfero artwork, I'm going to do a high-res scan of that for you, and I'm going to send that to you. So don't you worry. I will be getting that to you. So let me see if I can put this stuff in here. So what you're seeing right now on this bookmark is I've got a whole bunch of stuff happening in this. One of the things I've got happening is because it's kind of like just it oozes into different, perspectives and worlds, almost like you're looking at one of those Haunted Mansion stretching portraits where you've got a portrait of our three main characters, and then as it moves up, it starts to show you more until you get to that great, my wife's favorite page, which is the demon going in. Let's see here. Oh, you were talking about my piece. Okay. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I was talking about your piece for the vacation thing. Yeah, absolutely. Holy shit. Thank you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Made my night with that. I will get that to you. I promise. Next time I do a bunch of scanning, for those of you guys who haven't seen the CG vacation piece that Aldous is talking about, I think some of you guys probably have. I've been putting it out there, and I just showed it to Clint Stoker for the first time. But this is my painting for CG Vacation, and it is going to be a really wild piece. I've been looking at Harper Goff's stuff on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and got a lot more detailing, a lot more things and cables and things to be added right here. But this right here is the bottom corner. Of course, we've got a moray eel, because I love moray eels. Lots and lots of nods to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And of course, it is somewhat of a swimsuit issue, so it's got to do what it says on the tin. Yes, under booba gear. That's exactly what it is, SDA. Under booba gear. This is that's pretty racy piece, but not by Nosfero standards. Nosfero's got a little bit of racy stuff in it, to put it mildly. And I love working on that piece. And what I said to Clint was, whenever people commission me for artwork, my whole thing is this. One, I charge. And two, I pour my soul into it. You can't have one without the other. You've got to make it something to where if there's one piece, my goal is if there's one piece that gets talked about in this book, I want it to be the piece of Clint's characters, because I am so motivated to do something for the creator of the book when I, do their character, when I paint their character. It was the same thing when Ethan commissioned me to do a Cyberfrog piece. I poured my soul into it. And it's the same thing when I did the Nosferatu piece for Narwhal. I want it to be great because, and the same thing goes with every single page of Nosfero, and this is for my backers, is it takes us about, in my case, it took me 45 years to get to the point I'm at right now. I do not know how much more time I have as an artist to create work. So every single thing I do has to be worth the time, because you get to this point and you don't know how much time you have. And so when I'm working on Nosfero, my attitude is it's going to be a masterpiece. And if people miss out on it, they miss out on it. I'm going to obviously, at some point I'll do a second printing, but when I do book 2 and I do second printings on Nosfero, it's not going to be cheaper than it is now. I can tell you that. Because I'm a big believer in rewarding early adopters when it comes to projects. And so my goal is to reward you guys who have backed in this project from the beginning. Yeah. Oh, jeez, Jeremy. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. So for those of you guys who don't know, there are people that I'm sure you guys know this. There are people that you meet in CG, and it's almost like that first day at school when you were a kid and you see somebody who's got like a backpack or a lunchbox of something you're a fan of, and you go over and you introduce yourself and you strike up a conversation, and then you just become like good friends. And that's just how it goes. Jeremy, Lord Crackhead 33, is one of those dudes that I met in CG, and, fast friends, what can you say? And it's always great. He's a big champion of the stuff we're doing, and it's always great to see him here in the chat, because really I do appreciate your support, man. And so here we go. And so right now, when you're looking at this, and you can start to see, hey, what's up? How you doing, Mappy Studio? Great to see you, man. Hey, Sean, love the colors. The bookmark reminds me of Jay Allen. Gosh, you guys, nobody pays compliments better than Comics Gators, man. You guys just know your art history so much. It is crazy what happens in the chat. Like, it amazes me what you guys have going on. And so when I'm working on this stuff, and you can sort of see what I mean, I always want the paint, and this is a part of my style, regardless of what media I use, even when I use digital. I always want it to feel like, hey, what's up, Admiral? How you doing? Let me see here. The feeling is 100% mutual, man. Much love, Jeremy. Much love. I appreciate it. Admiral, how are you doing? Good. Tip of the hat, sir. Great to see you. Hey, that's right, baby. That's right. It's great to have you here, man. And so when I'm working on this stuff, I always want the paint to kind of feel like it is flowing down, and almost like there's water running down a hill of uneven terrain. And as it runs down the hill, it's kind of creating an image and sculpting it. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Admiral. I appreciate it, man. You guys are the best. It's, guys, backers, friends, Romans, countrymen, I appreciate you guys so much. And that is what is in this book. That is what's in this book. So yesterday, with the exception of eating one meal, I sat at my desk and I painted for 16 hours. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's that there's a level of passion and discipline of sitting here. It was like almost like being on like a long road trip, except for, I was having to paint the whole time. And I was working on the piece for CG Vacation. I was working on Nosfero, and I was also then to relax, because painting is what I do to relax. I was working on an Indiegogo project. Actually, I don't know if Indiegogo would allow this to happen, but it's basically an idea I have for an utterly unwoke or anti-woke, dare I say, trading card set that is like Italian horror pulp covers, and how completely unbound those were, for lack of a better way. Although I wouldn't say unbound, because sometimes people were tied up. And Garbage Pail Kids. And it's just absolutely the most insane idea. But the first two of those trading cards are going to be, they're not going to be trading card 1 and 2, but they will be the 25K Nosfero reward stretch goal. They're going to be card 0 and 0.5. So that if you get in on Nosfero and if we get to 25K, you're going to get these very limited cards. And that's the plan for it, because that's what I love to do. Guys, I love comics. I love collecting, love all of this stuff. And those are just like this bookmark. Those are things that it's more artwork. It's completely new artwork. And it's something that every backer who backs this book is going to get. And that's the most important one. How's your father? Good to see you. Jonathan Jetty, what's your desk work area setup? I don't know if you want to see that. It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess of a setup is what it is. But I work weird. Let me know if you you actually want to see that. I can do a quick pan. I might be able to do a quick pan to show you guys my work setup. It's a very small space. It's a very small space. You'd be surprised. I've always I've always drawn on my lap, and so this is kind of the closest I can get to drawing in my lap is my desk setup. But let me know. Let's see here. All right. Nosfero, thank you for the link, Aldous. Yeah, guys, check out Nosfero. Don't sleep on it, guys. It's going to be the cat's pajamas. Luna Comics, that's why I come to Comicsgate, seeing everyone work hard and hoping to rub off on me. Listen, I'll tell you this, guys. It's all about hard work. It's all about the discipline. I love that Customato quote. I wish I had a recording of him saying it. I'm sure I might be able to find one. Mike Tyson's trainer, who said that discipline is doing something that you don't want to do and doing it as if you love it. So I don't go to my desk to make artwork for you guys on these projects because I feel inspired. I do it because I feel responsible. It's a commitment. And you have to have a commitment to things, and then you have to have that consistency, as Denzel Washington would say, and that's me just stealing his quote. And so that is what it's all about for me. It's a family business. It's a small space that I work in. Oh, hell yeah, you want to see it. Okay, there you go. So you want to see the small space I work in. Let me look around and make sure there's no tax papers or anything anywhere. You'll see piles of trash. Okay, here you go, guys. Ready? Here is, wow, let's see if I can move this. Here is my desk working area. There is the mic. Gosh, I have to turn this light off. There is the mic. There is the lamp. There is the desk. Here are some of my friends on the desk here. Let me move this around one sec. Here are some of my friends on the desk. So this is a Rebor collection Titanoboa eating a crocodile. This is the Boris Karloff mummy figure I use for reference. And there is the, that's the cord there. Hang on a second. That's the American Werewolf in London. And then there you can see all of my artwork stacked up in the corner. I'm going to turn this light off so you can see a little easier. So that's all artwork in the corner. There's my window. There is, let's see if I can raise this up. Hang on a second. Ooh, I'm going to unplug something. There's all my collection and all my stuff right there in the corner. There is a drawer filled with templates, books, and everything like that. Off to my side here, you've got books for days, H.P. Lovecraft. This is just piles. You can see First Man there of Comicsgate books, and then more books all the way down. And that is pretty much what I do. And so, let's see if I can make this happen. So the stuff that you guys see in here, there we go. The stuff that you see me working in, it is a small space where I just work, you know? Yeah, exactly. Consistency and commitment. Graham Nolan is the man. Comics legend. Hey, good to see you. Great to have you in the chat. Yeah, that's what it is, guys. It is, yeah, NECA figures, they are killing it right now. Absolutely killing it. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad, I hope you like that. And thank you so much. Yeah, Boris Karloff's a legend. He absolutely is. Yeah, absolutely, guys. When I look at this stuff, books, not turtles, all the way down. That's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've got Ninja Turtles. I've got figures. I've got everything everywhere. All the stuff that inspires me. Yo, 80s MC. Yeah, what's going on, Admiral? And hail Phil. Yeah, Phil is chilling, and there's my brother Jim. Yeah, guys. So when I sit down and I'm like going, all right, so what am I going to do now when I'm working? My general attitude. Hey, what's up, John? Good to see you, my friend. When I'm working, it's all about aesthetics, and it's all about, I moved that light when I was moving stuff around. It's all about aesthetics, and it's all about inspiration. So it's not just about you guys getting a bookmark, although it certainly is about you guys getting a bookmark. It's about you guys getting something that's cool and you want to keep looking at. And that same thing goes for the book. You know, if you guys get this book and you find yourself, move that mic off just a little bit there. If you guys get this book and you don't find yourself wanting to go back and look at it over and over and over again, it's going to be, the story part of it's going to be somewhere 30 or more pages, but at the very least 30. The book is going to be 50 pages because there's going to be bonus materials. All my books are 50 plus pages, and it's going to be on super nice, like heavy stock paper, gloss cover. It's going to be a book to look at. Yeah, absolutely. And I want to definitely point this out because I appreciate it, John. Yes, absolutely. # Waffle Lodge. Great to see all you guys, but let's get to that one. Yeah, it's good to surround yourself with inspiration. There's two things it's always great to surround yourself with: things that inspire you and people who inspire you. Good people, the right kind of people. And that's what I feel like I'm able to work with right now. And that's what I love about CG, is being surrounded by really good, inspired, and motivated people. We're all working very, very hard to give you guys the very best that we can. And for me, I can tell you that the work I'm doing right now on Nosfero and on that pinup are next level. Like, my work has undergone a huge jump in the last couple of weeks. And it's I don't know how to describe it. It's just being in the right situation with the right people seems to always be a good thing, dare I say. And so, yeah, so we're going to work hard, and we're going to make sure you guys are treated well when you're in this Waffle Lodge and when you're back in these books, because that's important, guys. Super important. Oh my gosh, things are jumping. Let me see here. John. Hello. Everybody's saying hello. Hey, Michael, how you doing? I think you should individually hand paint every bookmark. Oh my gosh. Well, I might, it's always a possibility, Michael. It's always a possibility, You guys crack me up. Hello. Everybody's saying there, hello. Son of Liberty Radio. Great to see you, my friend. Just woke up at my desk. Hey, that's how you got to do it. Fell asleep while fiddling about with cameras and StreamYard. That is a good way to fall asleep. I'm curious. I understand why Bancroft I understand why Bancroft and Replicator, because they live in Australia. But I'm curious, why have streams so late at night? For me, this is the only time I have. So I work all day. Sometimes I stream during the day. I work all night and I sleep all day. So this is also where I'm the most I do the most work. I've always worked in the middle of the night. I don't know why. I think because it's quiet and because it's still. You know what I mean? I like the stillness of it. But the Australians, I don't know why they stream in the afternoon. That's the real question. Hey, John, thank you for sharing your art process with us. Oh, my gosh, my pleasure. It's always a pleasure to share the art process. Yeah. Everybody's saying hello, hello. Gosh, it's jumping now. Yeah, everybody's saying hello. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, I like seeing you guys say hello to each other because you know what? A hello will do in a pinch, man. We all could use a really nice hello every now and again. And a welcome. And I think that's one of the things that it's like when you want people, as we do, reading comics and checking out what you do. One of the things we've always been very upfront about, is that, is how we show enthusiasm and how we make sure things are fun. And, you got the man who, the Bancroft rule right there, is making sure this stuff is fun. And I think that, and with all the great people, whether it's John Malin or anybody else who's really, talked a lot about what our strategy is for how to do this stuff with building our audience and all that stuff. We want to make sure, I want you guys to know that when you guys come in the chat, it's like, I'm happy to see you. What's up, Leg Kick One? I feel like I missed you because I got all the colors are all similar, the purples and light purples, but it's great to see you. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming by. Leg Kick One in the house. I keep regular hours. I'm usually up at 6 a.m. and go to bed at 10:30 p.m. Well, listen, Michael, I keep the exact same hours you do. I just do it on the wrong continent, But, I'll probably be on regular hours the next time I'm in continent. That joke was low-hanging fruit. But someone, I want to say applauded me, but it wasn't really applause, for my dad joke at the start during CG team. Oh, man, that's right. It's time to call the home, folks, and have me put away. That's all there is to it. I shouldn't be out there where I can hurt myself there, trying to do something like start a toaster oven or something. But yeah, I mean, that's the real fun of it. That's what makes it great. Let me see here. Oh, hey, what's up, Matthew Fowler? How are you doing, my friend? Great to see you. I'm so excited about Tiger Blue, man. Can't overstate that. Were you going to sing your lumberjack? I came close, Leg Kick One. I always come close to that kind of thing. Michael, what is that? Was that a ruler? Oh, there you go. Ponder that one. Yeah. Hey, Matt. Everybody's saying hey to Matt Fowler. Michael Bancroft, did you do the same when being a pro poker player? Oh, that's interesting. There you go. Hey guys, I'm torn to stop my own stream to watch this one. Oh my gosh, that's rough. Hey, what's up, Comics Mate? Great to see you. I hope you're having a good one. J Bot's here. Sorry, J Bot. I gotta make sure I put you on there because I forgot to say. Let's see here, John. Hello, chat. Oof, that was rough. Yeah, yeah, it is. No, the dad jokes, they're bad, guys. Greetings, everyone. How are you doing, Mighty Geek Studio? Great to see you. Please saying hello. Regular hours are overrated. Always been a night owl. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have kids, you got to kind of like find your hours. Michael Bancroft, not at all. And that's part of why I was happy to retire. There you go. Yeah. I'm working morning shift, so I have been missing your streams. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate what you do, guys. I know your hard work goes right into these books, and we are trading our hard work when we're here. I think it was in Atlas Shrugged, but I'm not sure. They talked about that. Ayn Rand talked about the idea that one of the more honorable things about this system that we're in economically is it's where there's value in trading the capital and the product of labor, the fruits of labor, and that's what you're doing. And I appreciate it so much. I know what your money means. It's important. Hail Dean. Let's see. Playing pro poker is rough on your health, I can imagine. Up at 6 a.m., go to bed around 12 to 2 a.m. It's terrible. Can't wait for my schedule to change. Well, Admiral, thank you for everything you're doing. And I want to make sure, I repeat that for you, my friend. I appreciate you guys' hard work and backing these books. It is never lost on me. We know that it is your hard-earned cash, and we know that we're trying to create, that parallel economy. We don't want to just create alternatives. We want to create competition. And that's what we're here to do. That's why we put that time in. Let's see. I wish I could work at night. It's always towards the end of the day. I realize what I'm doing. I want to work today in the morning. Yeah. It's one of those things. Yeah. That's where the drive is, Yo, MG Studios. Yeah. Matthew Fowler's here. My God, it's jumping, guys. Thank you, Jeremy, for putting that in the chat. Thank you for putting the sign up. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I can't work like night because my mornings for chores. There you go. Lord Crackhead 33, thank you for putting Michael's link in the chat. I appreciate it. Hail Leg Kick 1, Luna Comics. It's all about forming habits. You can't just turn that on and off like a switch. You're absolutely right. CG Vacation. You guys will be seeing that pinup I showed earlier. In the CGK vacation book. Money is an exchange of your time. Your time is finite. Where you spend your money is an expression of what you value. You're absolutely right. And they say if you want to know what somebody loves, look at where they spend their time and money. And I definitely think I can say that I love CG. Let's see. I screwed together 200 Genesis cartridges. Wow. I'm loving fulfillment. Fulfillment is everything, Matthew Fowler. And I'm looking forward to getting that book and getting all that stuff. To understand the superhero, you have to understand the concept of the night shift. That's true. Yeah, hell yeah. Can't wait for that, Matt. Yeah, lots of love here, man. People are excited. People are excited about these books. And when, we are here as a, in a lot of ways, what we're here to do is kind of counter the sort of, navel gazing, what's the point? Nihilism that mainstream entertainment seems to think is exactly what people need to hear right now. And I think what people need to see and be inspired by right now is people saying, come on, let's get up and make it happen. Yeah, it's hard to be enthusiastic sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to get past whatever goes on in the day. But if you get yourself into a habit, into that behavior of, there's that great story. I think it was, I forget which Native American, story it was, but it was, it's cited a lot where a grandfather is talking to his grandson and he says, there's two wolves inside of me. One is courage and one is, all of the good qualities. And the other one is, negative qualities, resentment and all that other poisonous stuff. And they're in a constant battle. And the grandson asks his grandfather, well, which one wins the fight inside of you? And he says, the one I feed. And I think that for me as an artist, and as a person, I always try to think about which one of those two wolves I'm feeding with what I do. And I always try to make sure that I'm feeding and nurturing the better angels of my nature. It doesn't mean I can't laugh. It doesn't mean I can't, have a raw sense of humor sometimes, or even create artwork that is utterly appalling for one project I have in my mind, in the sense of just going for broke and being full-blown punk rock. But you gotta feel it, and Comicsgate is a place where that can happen. So let's see what we got. Oh boy, I bet I missed a lot of chat here. I'm excited. Oh my gosh, let me see here. Woo, where are we? Okay, can't wait for that, Matt. Yeah, nice, Matthew Fowler. Everybody's saying hello. Michael Bancroft, I recently got on a diet and stopped eating chips. I don't have a scale, but I can tell I'm losing weight. Yeah, absolutely. Habits are important, man. That's great. I ditched my own stream. It's better. It better be good. Oh, come on, man. I appreciate that. You guys are so nice. Yeah, guys, Matthew Fowler, Retro Graphics books. Let's make it happen. I'm excited. Just back a bunch of new books. 80s Made Consumer. I've been watching your streams and popping in, man. And it's great to see you. It's great to see what you do. I also have a similar love for VHS. I'm a massive movie fan. I collect Blu-rays, love all that stuff. So your channel is absolutely hits the spot for me. And love Goonies too. Yo, J-Bot, HMU, when you're done. Okay, when you're done with fulfillment, I'd like to get you on again. There you go. Talk some Tiger Blue. Yes, absolutely, Matthew Fowler. Yeah, right on. Friends are like buttons in an elevator. They can either take you up or down. Choose wisely. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Yeah, I've had some weird elevator experiences. I'll tell you that. Feed the wolf that you want. Yeah, absolutely true. Thank you, Aldous, for dropping Nosfero, the Crypt Walker, guys. I have one watercolor head sketch left. That book, this book, like, guys, it's getting better and better every page as I realize what's the word I'm looking for. as I get into a groove, but as I come to understand the freedom that I have. I heard that story from the movie Tomorrowland. Oh, very cool. Really? Yeah, that's a very well-loved part of this. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Yeah, 80s MC. Yeah, there's 80s MC's channel. Yeah, please check out that channel. There's some great stuff. We got some great subs for his channel. Hey, what's up, Roger Ryder? Good to see you, and howdy as well. Tip of the hat to you, my friend. Yo, RR, look at this. Admiral saying, always heard it, what you feed grows and what you starve dies. Same sentiment. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, I can't overstate how important that is, guys. I've been thinking a lot about that, and I guess I started thinking about this stuff probably, gosh, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, when I had a cable subscription to cable since I was in college. I loved television, and I got to a certain point where I just kind of felt like I was getting bombarded with a lot of stuff I didn't need. And it's the same thing with anything, social media or whatever you're using. I found that I really have a better experience when I pay attention to what creators I follow and what they put into my head. And by the way, I'm not talking about Comicsgate, or I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about things like Townsend's. I'm talking about Leslie P. Chambers kaiju reviews. This guy reviews X Plus figures, and he is the most positive, enthusiastic person about his hobby and his passion for it, that every time I finish watching one of his streams, I'm just like, I'm so much more. He actually is the guy who turned me on to collecting X Plus kaiju figures. And so, he inspired me to, go into collecting something. He started a hobby for me with his enthusiasm. And if I can be that, and any of us in CG can be that, where someone tunes into a stream and goes, I started collecting Comicsgate books because I tuned into that stream. To me, that is huge. Like if somebody checks out Zaid Comics, if somebody signs up for the Lucent, if somebody checks out Rob the Replicator stuff, then that is the best thing in the world to me, man. I appreciate that stuff. Yeah, everybody's saying hello. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, people are there for you. Hey, what's up, Tarks9? Good to see you. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Peace and love and a little bit of scotch or whiskey, depending on. I've just meditated where I focus on my humming. It's weird, but I think it's boredom, because that's when I focus on how I spend time the most. Nowadays, everything is instant play. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is true. Like, sometimes you got to stop things, doing a CG stream Saturday night, midnight, would love to have guests on. Yeah, hey, there's a lot of us who are guests. I don't know what I'm doing Saturday night, but if you want me to pop on, let me know. And if I'm not doing anything, I'll be there. Like if I don't have a commitment. I don't mean like if I'm literally doing nothing, because if it's Saturday night, if we're talking about going out and partying, this is my definition of partying. So this is what I'm doing. So I can always stream when, as long as I'm not doing something that's like really complicated. So when I'm working on the pinup for Phil, one of the things about that pinup that is, that makes things, challenging is God, I sound like Christopher Walken for a second there. One of the things about it is when I'm doing something challenging, what the hell was that? But one of the things when I'm working on that is that you're painting a female figure. The female figure you want to be pinup quality. And that is so much more complicated than just painting a female figure. You've got to make it, it's a lot about angles. It's a lot about the history of it and all that sort of stuff, for me at any rate. And so I am very, very focused when I'm painting something like that. And the same thing goes with the detail on scuba gear. I had gotten the scuba gear, put the scuba gear on the figure. And for those of you guys who scuba dive, I do not trust the scuba diving. It's just how I am. But I respect those of you who live a different scuba lifestyle. But I was, when I was working on that piece, I went, oh, I did the scuba hoses. Oh, God. I did the scuba hoses wrong. They're supposed to, they curve a certain way on the particular scuba gear I was looking at. And so I just had to paint that out and correct it because I wanted it to feel a little bit stronger, and that's what it's about, Let's see. Yeah, Saturday night. I hear that's a pretty good show on Lord Crack. Oh yes, that's right. I know. Well, if I get it, yeah, it just depends on what time. I will tell you this, 80s made consumer. If you really want to do something cool on a Saturday night, look at what time Lord Crackhead 33 and his crew, one of whom is Aldous, what time their stream is, and do a stream either before and wrap up and send people over to theirs, or do a stream afterwards, and people will absolutely show up because, yeah, CG's all about that. So let's see if I'm not blocking your. I want to block this, or you guys can't see it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, guys, it's fun stuff. So yeah, Angela Curry. The thing about this is, I want us to be, when you guys get this, again, I want it to be your favorite bookmark. That is what I'm shooting for. If it is not your favorite bookmark, it will not be for lack of trying. And that to me is what it's about, you know. Hey, Luna Comics, thank you. Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, wait, whoa. What is this? What is this? Hi, John. Hey, John. What did I miss? Focus and pleasure. What did I miss? Hold on a second here. Luna Comics. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, Tarks9. Absolutely sorry to hear that, but it's I'm sure that you know, I want to just say that I know what it's like to lose a pet, and I'm sure it's very, very hard, and I hope that seeing that picture makes you smile. I know that picture makes us all smile. So again, sorry to hear that. Looking around June or July to adopt a puppy. Much love, best wishes, yeah, sorry to hear about that. So all it says, just stay at one atmosphere, and scuba isn't. Come on, man. I'd rather be smoking. It only gets dicey when you have to worry about calculation on rising deeper than that. Yeah, I'm totally out of it. Yeah, I did, but I've grown not to. It's not really dangerous stuff. Yeah, the ocean. Yeah, that definitely happens. Angela Clary, what are you loving? The painting, the stream, the chat? Anatomy of the Mix. I just got my gouache in the mail today. Excellent, Anatomy of the Mix. Glad to hear it. Right on. Yeah. John saying Anatomy of the Mix. Everybody saying, hello, John. I love the chat so much. Painting, of course. Yeah, the chat, man. That's what it's all about, guys. We love the chat. We love the chat. We love streaming. We love painting. We love making work. Actually, this sounds like it's a good time for just a quick video. I just got to make sure I play this. It's only a couple of seconds, but it's so important that people know who we are in Comicsgate. So here you go.
Woo! While they sleep, we work. While they sleep, we work.
Yeah, that's what we're all about here in Comicsgate, guys. That is what it's all about. So let me get back to these comments here. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Yeah, Anatomy of the Show. John, I love the chat so much. Painting, of course. Angela Curry, yeah, I lurked in Bancroft for over a year before I started engaging the chat. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I think it's amazing. Yeah, work, in quotes, can't kill Dave. There you have it. Yes. Cheers, Comicsgate. So heartbreaking, Tarks9. My condolences. Yes, lots of love here, guys. Lots of love. Yes. Hello, can't kill Dave. I recently lost a pet. It's been hard, but my sister gave me and my mom a dog to take care of. Very nice because she's dealing with a lot herself, but the dog is helping. There you go. Anatomy of the Mix. What's up tonight, John? So, John, we eagerly await your response to that. Yeah, guys, I think that it really does come down to outworking people. I remember when I went off to art college for the first time, there were so many kids who had art classes before they went off to art school. And this isn't a Crimea River kind of thing. You know, it's like I just did not have a lot of art classes. None of our art teachers really taught anything representational. So I kind of didn't know what I was doing. But I remember thinking to myself, they all seem to need to sleep. So I knew that I, could work and catch up with where everybody was. And that's the kind of discipline it's about, I mean, we're all spinning plates, and some of us, and a lot of us actually are parents. A lot of us have, spouses, and we're juggling a lot of different things. And, but we work like machines, and the ability to, sit in a chair and, work, just like for those of you guys who, drive for a living or anything like that, is something that's about discipline, skill, and focus. That's why we say to our comic skaters who, who drive trucks and all that kind of stuff, guys. Just make sure you're being safe on the road. The guy I was mentioning before who does the kaiju reviews, both him and his wife both drive. Leslie P. Chambers kaiju reviews, and I know how much focus it takes, and so yeah, guys, always taking care of yourself. But the ability to be disciplined enough to sit here and do it is important, just as the connection that you feel with the fans and the people who support your stuff. And I, when I sit in this chair to work, I have several whys. One of my whys is my wife. She's why I do things. My other whys are my 2 children, who I love so much. And then the last, but certainly not least, why is you guys in the chat. And that's like a huge thing. The people backing this book and the people who are excited, who love fantasy and horror and adventure and sword and sorcery and all the great stuff. A little bit of Phantom, a little bit of Conan the Barbarian, and a little bit of Lovecraft and Nosferatu, and you get yourself some Nosfero. And that's what it's about, guys. So let me see what I'm missing so far here. John, doing well yourself? Yeah. Let's see here, John. Let's see, Angela Curry. John, me too. Chat is more fun when you're in CG. Chat is the best. Jerry Santos, Comicsgate is nothing but crying. It's very true, I'm sure. Let's see here. 80s Made Consumer. Yeah, I'll try and go after Lord Crackhead. I have to stream around this time. Very cool. J-Bot, yeah, can't work on my art until the kiddo goes. Jerry Santos, get a real job. Well said. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. Hello, Jerry Santos. Okay. Mighty Geek Studios. Most art professors are too focused on realism to be open-minded. They don't like comics either. Let's see here. Anatomy of the Mix did a little sketching after work. Very cool. Now I'm turning in for the night. Always feels like a good day when I do a little art. Anatomy of the Mix. That's awesome. Good to hear. Absolutely. Michael Bancroft. Spur great in here. Well, it's got to happen. It's the internet. John, the whys. I was hearing wives at first. I have several wives. They're all in my imagination. Let's see here. Aldous on the farm just off Orwell Lane. The ghost who walks. Yeah, the Phantom is a big, big deal, right? Big deal. Gotta love. Like, the Phantom is huge in India, and I didn't, realize what a big deal it was, because I grew up with, the movie. Obviously, I saw a bunch of that stuff, but that's how it is. Let's see here. J-Bot, I also do art streams, and I post the link in my chat. Anyone who enjoys CG artists or not is always welcome to come in and hang out. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Indeed, Michael Bancroft. John, Angela Curry, indeed. John, I heard that too. Spur great, indeed. Yeah, so, it's going to happen. It's the internet, But you guys are here, so it's cool. It's always, listen, guys, it's, all of you guys I know, and as I've gotten to know you, and as you guys have gotten to know me, there are tougher experiences that I've had. It is what it is. The Guardian of the Eastern Dark. Yeah, there you go, right there. All this on the farm. The Phantom is big in India. Really? Yes. When you go to India, and I asked when I went to back in the day. Now, granted, we're going back a little ways, but when I went to India when I was younger, I was so excited. I loved comics so much, and I told them, I love comics. I love Spider-Man. I love all this stuff. And they're like, do you like the Phantom? Their Indian accent. Here you go. Do you like the Phantom? And I was like, the who? The Phantom, the ghost who walks. And I was like, holy crap. Like, what? And then there's actually an entire run of Phantom comics written and illustrated by Indian artists. It's like an Indian run of the Phantom. It's crazy. Look it up. It would blow your mind. How realistic comic art should be, or does it matter? It doesn't matter. It just has to be good. Falk would be thrilled. Absolutely. Angela Curry is laughing. Luna Comics doesn't matter. Consistency matters much more. Although Michael Bancroft told me that all comic book artwork should look like his. So he's very, specific about what he wants. So yeah, I mean, some people are like that. You will find that in this world. But yeah, no, Michael's right on that. Well, we were talking earlier on CG Team on my brother Eric Weathers' channel, and one of the things, yeah, oh, I'm not even kidding, guys. It is crazy. You Google it right now, and your mind will be blown. The Phantom got that title because of his adventures in India. Absolutely, guys. This is the weird thing about people who talk about how other cultures or countries feel about X, Y, or Z. I know it's a hobby of certain kinds of people to try to project their own stuff onto different cultures. But the other big comics in India, outside of the comics based on Hindu mythology, but I mean the pop culture stuff in India, is Tintin and Asterix are huge in India. People love those comics in India. And my cousins were just like, they introduced me to Asterix. They introduced me. They didn't really introduce me to Tintin because Asterix was the one they were carrying around at that time, but with them because we were younger. But man, do they love Tintin and Asterix. So yeah, people have such a funny take on what goes on in other countries, but Tintin and the Phantom is popular enough, more popular than Superman there, in the most populous country in the world, to get his own Indian version of his comic done by Indian artists in the Indian style. It blows my mind. Yeah, no shit, oh man, I gotta check those out. Yeah, look around for them and let me know if you can find them. I need to buy the new Phantom action figure. It looks really good. Yeah, and the Flash Gordon figures. I think you mean Flash Gordon, but if there is a Flash Gordon, NECA's branching out, but I think I know what you mean. And yeah, they both look good. Yeah, Flash Gordon would probably be better. Yeah. John beat me to it. I'm sad Bancroft doesn't have the Cheers music anymore, but I like the new intro. Hey, listen, guys, we just keep going. They can throw obstacles up, and we keep going. Yeah, the movie follows the 21st century or 21st Phantom. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Huge. Yep. All this Dark Knight Flash Gordon figures are based on Buster Crabbe. Yeah, Larry Buster Crabbe. I love, the only human being to ever be seemingly born to play the part. Yeah, him as Tarzan and Flash Gordon are amazing. Tarks 9, Laugh Out Loud. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, absolutely. Girlfriend, a clip from that movie. Yeah. No, how's your father? Hey, what's up, Dying Days of YouTube? One of the finest video editors and video artists that we've got in CG. Tip of the hat to you, my friend. Thank you for Hogan the Bogan's Nosfero, and thank you for that amazing trailer for fellow Rhode Islander Richard Ayala's Roach Balls. That is a work of art, my friend. That is almost like an animated short, which I would love to see you guys do and team up on. I want my comic art to be realistic. My mom and I are working hard to make the art good, but we were beginners to comic art, just doing our best. Yeah, absolutely, guys. That's how it is. That's how we all start. Duart, good to see you. Hail to you, my friend. Mighty Geek Studios. The Phantom is very popular in Nordic countries. Wow, there you go. I'm telling you guys, you never know where these characters. Hello at Dying Days of YouTube. Have a good one. See ya. Oh, is he off to bed? There you go. I'm in the office. Just dropped in to leave. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Hit the like button, please. Like and subscribe if you have not. We are on our way to 1,000, and I appreciate it so much, guys. Yeah, the Phantom is very popular in Nordic countries. I'm going to have a good night. Duart, yes, hail the Dying Days of YouTube. Absolutely. Everybody's saying have a good day. Whoa, Johnny Weissmuller played Tarzan. Buster Crabbe, also an Olympic swimmer, played Flash. Yeah, did Johnny Weissmuller do what was he in relating to Creature of the from the Black Lagoon? I'm trying to remember, but I know what it is. Yeah, sub to Dying Days of YouTube, and yes, yo, Duart. But I'm pretty sure that he did did he do some of the swimming? I'm sorry, not swimming, the underwater photography for Creature from the Black Lagoon. Let me know all this. I'm pretty sure he was involved in it. I can't remember offhand. My wife was talking to me about how, funny enough, something that Michael Bancroft was laughing about the other day, about how I have a interesting ability to memorize things that is not unlike how Ethan's daughter Ava has the ability to memorize a lot of things. So there's a little bit of a tip of the hat. So for those of you guys who follow things, you'll get what I mean by that. But I was basically going down the list of just different people who worked on Creature from the Black Lagoon, because I learned that oh my gosh, now my brain is blanking. Chris Mueller, the person who did the actual physical sculpting of the creature suit from Creature of the Black Lagoon, did the sculpting for the squid and worked out the design for the design of the squid in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So I always love when I can put little things together like that, because it makes it all more fun and interconnected. So let's see here. Oh my gosh, it jumped. Let's see here. Yes, Sub to Dying Days. Absolutely. Yes. When I Google your name, the Harry Potter wiki is the fourth result. That's right. Did 2 Harry Potter trading cards back in the day. One of my early jobs. Hail, all my CG brethren. Hey, what's up, Max Santiago? Good to see you, my friend. Mighty Geek Studios, the concept of the Phantom is easy to copy because it is the same person through the years. Yeah. It's really an outstanding and really cool concept. I just love the idea of the Phantom. Just like I love the idea of the Shadow. I'm sure Aldous doesn't love the idea of the Shadow. Wink. What's up, Mo Biggs? It's great to see you. Mo Biggs is always seen. We're going to take a moment for Mo Biggs. There you go, because we love Mo Biggs. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. All this. I don't recall Weissmuller being involved in Creature from the Black Lagoon at all. I feel as though he was as an doing some underwater stuff. So let me just see here. Creature. Johnny. Okay, let me just see if I can find it here. Biography. Let me see. I could have sworn maybe he wasn't. No, but yeah, he was perfect for Tarzan. He's the ultimate Tarzan. But I feel as though he did. Maybe he didn't do anything for it, but for some reason, I got that stuck in my head. So I may stand corrected. But yeah, I love Tarzan and his mate. Is one of the most beautiful, sexy, amazingly cool movies of all time. I own it on iTunes. I would love to get that on Blu-ray. It's such a great flick, sexiness and awesomeness, and everything you need. Yeah, everybody's saying hello, Mo Biggs. One of these days, I'm going to write Val. I keep fat fingering. Oh, I get what you mean. Val, yeah. You guys are awesome. All right, let me move the camera so you guys can see. You can see my Garbage Pail Kids book on my desk there too as well, because that's informing some stuff. 80s Made Consumer, 80s MC, says Creature from the Black Lagoon, my favorite Universal monster. Yeah, talk about a brilliant design. When they do the NECA figure for that, I cannot wait. Hey, what's up, Eric Huffles? How are you doing, my friend? I think about your work all the time. All the time. At some point, I want to definitely talk to you and see if you have got a Nosfero idea in you, because I love your work. It's great. It's beautiful. And yeah, much love. Let me see if I can get this to work here. There we go. There we are. All right. So what I'm doing here is that's a little bit of the breakthrough in the painting. Let me see here. Sean loses his train of thought moments after bragging about his photographic memory. Pride truly does go before destruction. Yeah, I lose my train of thought, though, but it's only because there's so much thought in it. So I still know that Return of the Jedi starts with command station. This is SD321. We're starting to approach the activated security shield. So I do know that. So, it happens. I got a decent memory. Hail, Sean. Much love. Mo Biggs. It's Mo Biggs everywhere. I hope NECA makes a figure for Creature from... They are. They're doing it. It's on the list. They have that license, and they are going nuts. They're even doing... they're even crossing licenses over. So they're doing they are doing some incredible Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, all inspired by Universal monsters. So they're sculpted by the man himself, the guy who did the Madball stuff, James Groman. And James Groman, if you don't know him, he's been in toys for an eternity, and he does the best, cool, creepy, dare I say, gnarly figure designs in the world. I love his stuff. Hey, Eric Huffles. Everybody saying hello to Eric, Mo Biggs, Tarks. Hail, excellent. Yes. Hail. Sean, what's your major influence for this Return to Pulp Adventures? My major influences are, funny enough, things like the Tom Tyler Phantom series, Larry Buster Crabbe, Dave Stevens, The Rocketeer is big for me, and artists like, see if I have it here. Is that it right there? Yeah. Artists like Frank Frazetta is a huge influence. And then this gentleman right here, Basil Gogos. I love Basil Gogos' work. Now, for those of you guys who know his famous Monsters of Filmland covers, And by the way, I have seen this painting. It's actually on this channel at a museum exhibition. I saw this painting in person as well as several Frazettas you can see in that video. But for those of you guys who don't know, he had a big career before he was doing the monster stuff, illustrating Westerns. And then he even got into the, I don't want that to get struck. Hang on a second. Let me see what I can show. Oh, well, it's tough to say. I mean, it's a painting, so one wonders. Oh, whatever. It's a painting in men's adventure magazines. So he had a very rich career in terms of what he did. So he's a huge influence. And then old movie posters are big. Let me see here. Yeah, we're saying hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I love pulp, guys. 2 bits. And the more people I meet in pulp, the happier I am. Oh, thank you so much, man. It's great to hear that you love to see 80s Made Consumers channel. This guy, I've been saying, check him out, because his videos are great. And thank you guys for going there and checking it out and subscribing. I love seeing that stuff. Whenever you guys look at these fine people in the chat, if you have a second, go check out their channels. That is the more of us who are out there talking about this stuff. Like, I didn't know, I forget what you were talking about in particular, but 80s MC was talking about some movies the other night. Goonies was one of them, but the opening, he had a shot of a grapefruit to the face from one of my favorite movies, Public Enemy, with James Cagney. I love that movie. Eric Huffles is saying, really, I don't know what. Are you responding? Eric, you're going to have to clarify because I fell behind. Are you responding to my Nosfero thing? Yeah, and that was really, if that's the case. The hours grow later, and dark 30 approaches way too soon. Enjoy the remains of your day and night. Aldous, a tip of the hat. Actually, hats off to you, Aldous. Thank you for being here, brother. My brother really appreciated what you had to say. Rumor has it that a former Navy diver was hired for the role of the creature from the Black Lagoon. There you go. Yeah. Later, Aldous, everybody's saying, greetings and salutations, Mo Biggs. Take it easy. Absolutely. And as for me, I'll take it any way I can get it. Eric Cuffles is there. Hail, Dave Stevens. You know it. Dave Stevens is the man. Max Santiago, sweet. Hello, Angela Curry. God, I'm so far behind. Eric, that's tame. Yeah, I think it's tame. Did Dave Stevens do Monster Mash? Sorry, it's late. He did Rocketeer, and he did Mr. Monster cover. Mo Biggs, Angela Curry. I'm looking for Dave Stevens' Alien Worlds have issue 2. Yeah, I've got the black and white complete stories he did for Alien Worlds. It's in the Dave Stevens, which is covers and stories book. It's really great. Hi, Eric. The Replicator is here. 34 people. Like and subscribe. Absolutely. You're so right. Rob the Replicator, my Australian brother. It's great to see you, my friend. Hello, Matthew Fowler, Eric Huffles is saying. God, I'm so far behind. John the Replicator. Before there was Batman, there was the Black Bat. There you go. 80s Made Consumer. Awesome. Thanks. Hello. Sub to 80s Made Consumer. Hi, Rob. Sub to 80s Made. Look at this. You guys are crushing it. James Cagney and Public Enemy, best scene. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize this, but Michael Jackson sort of hitching of the trousers he would do where he'd put his hands and then hitch his trousers up. He got from Jimmy Cagney when he was explaining why he did it at his AFI, a Lifetime Achievement Award, which you can find on YouTube. And he did that whole hitch the trousers and then snap and clap thing. And he was talking about, the guy that he saw when he was growing up in New York and how, as he described it, if it wasn't for the unmistakable touch of the gutter that he got from his youth growing up on the streets in New York, none of that, his success would have been possible at all, which I do love that about James Cagney. A good dude. And one of my heroes, actually. Love Jimmy Cagney. So let's see here. Hello. Everybody's saying hello. He's me, consumer. James Cagney, Public Enemy. Sorry for my lack of knowledge. What is the creature from the Black Lagoon's abilities? Being awesome and swimming. There you go. Hello at the Replicator. Yeah, how goes the color hunt, Rob? Absolutely. Yeah, how goes it? I know it's tough. Listen, guys, if people learn how to color, there is going to be no shortage of work for you in CG. I can say that much. There seems to be a lot of demand. And I always think of CG. I could be wrong, and that's always a possibility. But I've always thought we were very colorist heavy in CG, but I think all the colorists we have are just completely swamped with work. We do not, and we're getting to that level of being an industry, a real, according to Hoyle industry. But what I would say is, Max Santiago, let me see here. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Max. I appreciate that, man. Oh man, you guys are the best. Yeah, this book is going to be great. I won't let you down, Max. Thank you for backing it. Overwhelmed. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Let's see here. Hunt the Lug. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Rob is going to become a... we need more. I will tell you that. In terms of colorists, I mean. We're actually, dare I say, I think we beat the mainstream when it comes to the other meaning of that, but we need more colorists, guys. We seriously do. We need more colorists, and we need more letterers and more people doing everything. You know, it's what's so great about it. Yeah, Max Santiago Max, this is going to be for you because we do this here. Here you go, Max. Let me make sure. Hold on a second. Let me go to comments. Let me go to one of your comments. Actually, I'll go here, and then we're going to do it. Here you go. Ready? There you go, Max. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here and back in the book. Yes, so let's just make sure we go here. Yes, yes, yes. Nosfero, the Crypt Walker. Everybody's there. And yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Rico Browning, that's right, was the diver in the creature suit. Thank you. I just got all my stuff confused. Aldous will forgive me. Thank goodness. If it wasn't for his forgiveness for my my errors, I don't know what would happen. Yes, Rico Browning. And boy, what an amazing job he did in that suit. He moved great. Oh, he's doing signings at GalaxyCon on the 17th. Orders online. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. Max Santiago giving some love to Jeremy Lord Crackhead 33. Bow indeed. Awesome, and thank you. Yeah, you got to do it. I love that gorilla. Yeah. So here's the thing about my videos. You can find that video. It's gorilla smashes glass at a zoo. But when the gorilla comes up to the glass, you can see, because it's a dark on a reflective window, all you see where the gorilla is a reflection of the family who's filming it. So I frame by frame painted them out so that all you see is the gorilla when he hits the glass, because that's the kind of care we put into this stuff. If anyone wants to pay me $1K a page, I will quit my job and become a full-time colorist. Michael, that is not that far off from what I think colorists are going to be able to ask for, because it is really becoming a very in-demand job. Bow indeed, Admiral. Wow, thanks, man. Really appreciate that, Max Santiago. See, that's the thing, Jeremy. I say it all the time. You're crushing it on your channel. It's such a great center for positive energy and enthusiasm in Comicsgate. It just is. Yeah, there are contests for fan art, and Malin's art contest could be the colorist contest with prizes. Yeah. And the biggest thing about it, too, is the discipline stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Hail, Max Santiago. Hail, Tarks9. Yeah, guys, this is the big thing, guys, is that it's not just about coloring a page. It's not just about painting a page or drawing a page. We need people who can lock into that discipline of coloring and just do it day after day after day. And there is money for that discipline. There's money for that ability to color things. And we've got to skill ourselves up, you know, as Comicsgate, because there's no shortage. We need more books, but we need better quality. You know, everything needs to keep going up in quality. We need better quality books than the mainstream industry, and we need to put out more stuff. Look at Michael Bancroft CG Now. And Michael, if you've I know you're a mod, if you could throw the link to that in the chat, or any of our mods can, to CG Now, you can see what we're building. It's amazing. A little bit of Coca-Cola, a little bit of coffee, never hurt anybody. There you go, folks. Feeling that. All right, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, everybody's saying hello, 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 hello. I appreciate that. Looking forward to this 1K subscriber giveaway. A lot of awesome prizes to give out. Yeah, guys, subscribe to Lord Crackhead 33, guys. Make it happen. It is important. Let's see here. Let me make sure I've got everything. And just looking at things making me laugh. You guys are cracking me up. Let me see here. Not that. Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to look for. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so Lord Crackhead 33 has 791 subscribers, people. Okay, 791. I've got, I think, around 870 subscribers. That means that people watching this video or watching it now are not subscribed to Jeremy's channel. So please go and subscribe to Lord Crackhead 33's channel. And would somebody put Lord Crackhead 33? Jeremy, you are a mod, and it's an absolutely acceptable thing to do. Can we please get your channel link there so anyone not subscribed can subscribe, and anybody who is not subscribed to your channel who is seeing this later will subscribe to your channel, because it is a shot in the arm of positivity and passion and humor and enthusiasm for Comicsgate that is so important to what we do here. It's everything to me, man. I love that channel. It's one of my all-time favorites. Yeah. Whenever I do my book, I will pay top dollar. See, look out, people. There you go. People are dropping money. They're saying, I am ready to rock. Michael Bancroft, hurry with campaign 2. I want to read volume 1 and 2. That's right. Lord Cracker 33. Yeah, it's a great idea. That giveaway is a great idea. Yes, Mo Biggs, Hail, Bancroft, and Lord Crackhead 33. Subs to Lord Crackhead 33, Luna Comics. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We are on the road there. Yes, Lord Crackhead 33, subbed and bell. That's what I love to see. Unfortunately, the answer is depends. Hashtag same 100. There you go. Sean, do you do freelance illustration full time? Yeah, what I do, do freelance illustration, concept art, and then comic books. But, I am married, so we put this thing together. There are the high times and there are the low times and there are whatever, everything in between. But yeah, that's what I do. That's pretty much the dedication that, it's funny. It's not, how do I word it? Not dedication, because I've taught for 18 years and I was very dedicated to that. To me, it's how my wife and I put things together. We do many different jobs. So I do freelance concept design for video games. I do illustrations, commissions for comic book and regular illustration work. And then I work on my own comic on top of that. So yeah, I do tons of stuff, and it's great. It's really great. It's not for everybody though. You've got to want to sit your butt in a chair forever, and work like crazy. Although most of us do that anyway. So I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I do love it, and I'm grateful, and I thank God every day for not just that, for everything. So thank you, God, if you're open to it, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are. So let's see here. Yes, thanks, absolutely, yeah, guys. People are subscribing. There's a contest. There's all this amazing stuff going on over on that channel, and I pop in there whenever I can because it's so much fun. Michael Bancroft, I can see that. Yeah, Max Santiago, working on it. Yeah, much love for Michael Bancroft here in the chat. 80s, Hail, Mo Biggs, and 80s Made Consumer. I enjoy the pulps because they were done in black and white and color. I love black and white artwork. Really excited about Clint Stoker's Dracula. I'm really excited for Nosferatu by Narwhal. There's some great stuff. Subscribe to the 1K giveaway. Absolutely, guys. Subscribe. Discipline, ? Says John. Yeah, absolutely. It's especially for this, because it's such a ludicrous thing to do. I always say that discipline is the hardest thing about it, and discipline in terms of I know I say it all the time, and I'm a broken record, but it's creativity. It's like or I'm sorry, it's not creativity. It's the creativity aspect of it is about being disciplined to create and to come up with ideas, and it's such a habit thing to go to the desk and go, all right, I'm going to be creative now. It's like, your mind goes blank the first couple times. It's like giving a wedding toast. It's a disaster. But yeah, it's just the more you practice it, like anything else, like cardio and everything else, the easier it gets. But you guys know that. If it wasn't for all of your discipline, there would be, no one would have backed Nosfero. You guys work hard at the jobs that you do. You work hard, you play hard, and thank God for you. You make me laugh in the chat. And it's big, because we all need that right now. We all could use a little. I mean, is there ever a time? I was talking to my wife about this and talking about the idea of like how we survive difficult times and like how we make things work. And I said to her, I think being able to laugh at yourself is probably one of the most important survival tactics and things that you need in life. And I said, I think that's the difference between comedians who burn out or go off the rails and they're all funny. All professional comics who are successful are funny. The difference is whether or not you can laugh at yourself. And if you're like, I'm funny, and people need to understand that, versus if you go, I'm funny, but sometimes I'm going to bomb, things aren't going to go well, you handle it so much better. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Yeah, much love. It's all about it. You're right. If you worked for Marvel or DC, you quality for Ethan's comic. If you worked for Marvel or DC, you qualify for Ethan's Comicsgate Kings. I was just happy to do some of those intros for Ethan on Comicsgate Kings, and I can pop on to Comicsgate Live whenever he posts a link. in that green room, and it's great. But I like watching that show too because Ethan's funny, and those guys are they have a great, just a great chemistry, and I appreciate that. But I mean, I have worked. I mean, if it was Marvel or DC, I haven't, but I have worked in comics before, which is cool. Which was great. There are a few of us in Comicsgate who think color is overrated. Yeah, well, I just think it has its it has its place, but it is not everything. It is. I think that it's an aesthetic that sometimes can feel like it's dominated an art form. And I think a movie like The Lighthouse is breathtaking. I certainly think a movie, even though it has a spot color in it, I certainly think that Schindler's List is a masterpiece. I think they're saying those are discipline are the most free. Yes, absolutely. That's definitely true. Yes, John, as your father, that's true. Dan Lawless certainly qualifies for CG Kings. I think he has an invite, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But listen, guys, I feel like there's a knock at the door. Who is it? We don't know. We have to see.
Knock, knock.
Hey, what is up, Phil? It's great to see you. How you doing, brother?
Good. Just got home from work.
Does it make me even bigger of a nerd that I know like what you're referencing at those issues and that we love them so?
Ugh. Oh yeah, this.
Yeah, man, I love it, dude.
I had to.
How have you been?
Good. I had to do this one because it's on this weird angle. I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
Well, your CG vacation has been one of the central preoccupations of my days as of late.
Hell yeah, man! No, it's loving it, dude.
You know who saw it for the real first time today was Clint Stoker.
Clint, yeah. What was his reaction?
Yeah, we were doing CG team today, and I showed it to him, and he was really excited. So it was cool.
Awesome, man.
You know how it is. Yeah. We want him to be happy.
He liked the idea I had when I asked him. He's like, "Yeah, just get anyone." Oh, yeah, check this out too.
Let me see. Oh, nice, man. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I always think that when we're looking at this stuff, if you need to draw. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is too short, man. That's sweet, dude. Yeah. You can't stop yourself, man. You've been bitten by the bug. You have been bitten by the bug.
Phil's warming up for Fragtober.
That's right. Fragtober is right.
Isn't Fragga June before Fragtober?
How many frags are there? Yeah, man. It's a huge part of what we do when we're working. It's like I always think that that when I'm working on this stuff and I'm trying to put together, these paintings and things like that. And that's what I said to Clint. I think it was after the stream. I don't know if it was. I think it was after the stream. But it could have been on stream. I can't recall. But I said to him, when you get commissioned to do something, like the Nosferatu piece or any of these pieces that I do, you kind of like, you want people that you're doing it for, you want it to get people excited about the project, get excited to buy the project and back. I should say back it because it's even bigger than just buying it. You guys are our investors. You make it happen. It's like so much bigger than that. And you want people to see the character and go, I want to read this book. Like, I want to check out Downcast. You know what I mean? It's like, that's huge. Of course. And that's, doing the when I did the Masquerade piece, people were like, what is this character? And I said, it's my character. Copyright. Never mind. No, I said, I said, no, it's another crazy pulp maniac named Phil Diaz.
Yeah.
Who is currently kidnapped Steranko and has him in his house.
Oh my God, dude. What a weekend.
Don't keep me in suspense, man.
Dude. Oh. It was amazing. It was I'll tell this story. So my girlfriend and I go to dinner at the hotel restaurant. It's like Bistro 1941 or something. It's really good.
Yeah.
And so the museum is still going on. So if anyone is in Ohio near Youngstown at the Butler Institute of Art, they're doing this exhibit, Steranko and the American Hero. And I got this
So good.
catalog, which is freaking amazing. It has every piece that was in the gallery.
Oh
And
my God, there's a catalog?
yeah.
Uh-oh. Someone's
And,
going to be buying a catalog soon, I guess.
Beautiful. So we're like, okay, it's time, the Steranko event. He was just there for one night. And it was going to start at 6, I think. So it was like 5:30. So we're like, oh, we'll head down there.
Yeah.
So we walk out, and we're like dressed up too. Like I put on suspenders for the first time because I wanted to look cool. And
there you go. Got to do it.
Yeah. And so I go outside the hotel room, the hotel. Like we leave the restaurant and we're walking out the hotel. Steranko's standing outside the door of the hotel.
Oh my God.
And we run into him, and I'm like, hey, I was just coming to see you. He's like, oh yeah. And then we had a conversation, and
dude,
like, he's freaking 5'2" or shorter,
Yeah, man.
But
his hair brings him to 6'7".
Exactly.
Sorry, go ahead.
He's dressed in a 3-piece suit, like a cream colored, beautiful suit.
Hold on, Phil. Hold on. I got to move that over.
Look at this stuff. This
yeah,
awesome.
Guys, drink it in. You're talking about, when you're hearing this story, we're talking about a living legend, and we're also talking about Jim Steranko.
Yeah, rock star. Look at this. You guys know Mr. Miracle? This is the guy he was based on.
Oh my gosh, man.
Escape artist.
Look at that. And Admiral Wackass Hale, brother, got the link to the exhibition in there. There you go.
Yeah, living legend. So he's outside the hotel the hotel as we're leaving the place to go to the museum, which was like 5 blocks away from the hotel. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to see you. Like I dressed up to look nice for the event. And he's like, who's going to be looking at you? He's like, look at me. And so I introduced myself. I'm like, hey, we've emailed back and forth a few times, like probably like 10 times. Him and I exchanged emails.
Jeez, what a
over
legend.
the pandemic. Shout out to Frega for giving me his email. And
Frega's like,
I'm Philip Diaz. And he's like, oh. And he goes to my girlfriend. He's like, what gives him the right to use that extra L? And I'm like, dude, this guy no, I got fucking 2 L. I'm like, he remembers me. That's awesome. And he's like, if I had an extra L, man. And yeah, dude, he's 83, and his he's all there. His memory's super sharp. He remembers people's names. He's telling stories about Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. It was amazing. So
he's cut.
We're
from
talking
a different
out there.
Cloth,
My girlfriend's like, "Can I get a picture of you guys?" And he's like, "No, it's okay." It's like, "I'll take a picture with you though." To my girlfriend. And I was on Ethan's like a couple nights before I went. Yeah. And I mentioned it to him, and he's like, try to get a picture with him. He never takes pictures with guys.
Yeah.
Only women.
That is brilliant, man. Look at that, dude. Yeah, so when people ask the question, this is a big, that L makes you extra memorable, people are saying. Angela Gray drifting off over there. Yeah, let Jasper Plan 9. Hey, what's up, Jasper Plan 9? Let me make sure, Max. So he is the actual Wolverine Steranko, his Shieldberg. Yes. Gosh, look at all this stuff. Admiral. Just want to see Eric is here. Can see Eric. Player's going to play. John, I stepped away for a bit. Look, people are guilting Angela Curry. What's that about? But yeah, guys, what gets us excited? Someone asked me before, and I gave my answers, Phil. But what gets you, like, particularly gets you excited about Pulp? Like, what's dragged you into this, not kicking and screaming? What's up, Teflon Ron? There you go.
So I think Steranko put it best. He was telling a story about the shadow and what the shadow is and what the shadow covers needed when he was doing the covers. And he says it needs 3 things. It needs mystery, danger, and sexiness.
Yep.
And that's what Pulp brings. You look at these covers, like, to jump ahead in the story, I went up to the gallery and we walked through the first room, and the first room had Marvel stuff in it. and I could see the other room from the first room, and I see these
My
things,
lord.
and I'm like, oh my, in the flesh, man. Like, oh my
Man,
God.
can I just
Like,
say this though? So, do you not love America, or were they just really well attached to the wall? Because I'm just saying. Angela
Dude.
Curry wants to know how Youngstown was, by the way.
Vacant.
You didn't run into Kelly Pavlik, former middleweight champion, hails from Youngstown. Sorry, go ahead. So yeah, so you failed to steal them, and then what you were saying in person, how they looked. Go ahead.
Dude, I saw from the first room. I peered into the shadow room, and I saw. Let me see. One of my favorite ones. It was this one, and it's
Oh my gosh,
it's so much more vibrant in the painting. They're immaculate. They're in perfect condition. They're acrylic on masonite, and they're about 2 feet by, I don't even know, but they're bigger than anyone's ever seen them, right? Because you're either looking at, like, I haven't even seen it this big. I'm looking at it at the pulp size, you know, those small digest pulp covers. But this guy's eyes are jumping off of the wood, and it's just blinding. And you know, I see it from across the gallery, and I'm like almost squealing. I'm like, oh my, I'm just like getting hyped up. I'm like, what? They're that big?
Yeah,
this is
man.
insane. And it was a weekend that I'll never forget, man. It was amazing.
That's what you want to hear, man. That's what you want to hear when people have these experiences. You know, the one of the things, I know a lot of people say this, but I'm going to totally disagree with it. I don't believe in that never meet your heroes thing, because I've met some heroes that have been utterly lived up. And I will tell you, it sounds to me like Steranko utterly lived up. You know, in every way possible. So when people talk about why, like, I'm doing some more acrylic stuff on Nosfero right now, and funny enough, I blame you. Why not blame Phil? I think it's a good thing. Because I was working on that masquerade piece, and one of the things, and you can see the acrylic behind me, one of the things acrylics allows you to do, and I haven't even begun to do it on this piece I'm working on right now, is it allows you to glaze the colors over each other so that when light hits it, it looks like they're lit from within. Like, it just gives them this glowing quality, and I'm sure those acrylics look amazing. Just got to stop real quick to say, American Comics Company, it's always good to have you here in the chat. You're always in good company when American Comics Company is here. So, dude, those are killer, man.
They were insane, man. I couldn't stop looking at them. And so we went to the because he got picked up from his buddy. Some guy pulled up as his friend, and he's like, "Hey, you in the pajamas? Are you waiting for an Uber?" I almost got mad for a second. I was gonna go beat that guy up, but
like, who the? And then it's like, it's a fellow Steranko friend. There you go, guys. There you go. Yeah, so man.
He went off, and then we went to the museum. And the first room had all of these paintings in it. You know, Nick Fury.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one right there, right? Yeah. I mean, in terms of ones I had and ones that I freaking love, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll pause there for a second on that one. Like, just scroll down a little bit, as we say. Move it down. There you go. So I want you to just take a look at the color palette I'm working with right now. And do you guys get what this is about for us? Like, this is the thing, right? The reason why Phil and I are kindred spirits is because of just where passion finds us when it comes to this stuff, you know? We love pulp. We love art. Like, if we ever do a comic, which we're going to do, a Comicscape for the fans thing, not in a pretentious way, but in a way that the Words and Pictures Museum and an exhibition like this has, I would love to see those of us who do originals, like myself and Aaron Lepresti and Ethan, who do traditional media stuff, have artwork up for you guys to put your nose to. How fun would that be? I mean, there's Dale Keown. Come on now. Yeah. Ethan has those originals. Let's get those framed and ready for a show.
I would love to. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that is some sick stuff right there, man. That's beautiful. I'm just gonna make sure the chat sees all this
And you got
stuff.
this
Oh
sexy
my gosh.
lady.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make you big here. Hang on a second. Okay. Wait. Gotta go here. There we go. All right. Yeah.
Guns in front of her guns.
Yeah. But you know what's so crazy? Yeah, no, but seriously though, when I was looking at it, I was thinking about what I love about Robert McGinnis's work, and that just like incredible ability to do things. People don't realize how good somebody like Steranko is until you deep dive into their work. By the way, I have to ask this question: 80s made consumer. Are you in Ohio as well? Because I think Angela Curry is in Ohio, so I thought that was really interesting.
I didn't know that, Angela.
Yeah, I mean that's what they were saying. Ohio fan, apparently, or just a fan of Ohio. You never know.
If you're over there and you like art, there's outside of the gallery of his section, there's the whole place of the gallery. So they have beautiful stuff as well. But go see this. I think it's just for this month. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. John, it is barfing. I want to point out my dog is barfing. Oh wow, that is beautiful, man. Yeah, Steranko's a legit master. Obviously we know this, but
so he was telling stories. Of course, there was a circle of people around him, and he said that he doesn't paint for fun. He only paints on assignment, except for one time, and it was this piece because he had this idea of a piece and he wanted to create it before he forgot it. It's called The Silent Shriek.
Ooh.
This woman here, bloody, very ominous, and then behind her is this shrouded
Hold on a second here. Phil, take a look here on the screen. Teflon Ron, I'm in Ohio. I need to go up there. Can you drive the point home?
Go, man. It's free to the public. It's Youngstown at the Butler Institute of Art. And it's amazing. And take a picture too in front of. There's a big sign. You can't take pictures in the gallery of Steranko's gallery, but there's like a big sign that has this image on it that I didn't get a picture with because I'm an idiot.
Oh my God, that's beautiful though. But you know what though? You were in heaven, man. That's what it was. When you're there and you're in those amazing, exhibitions. So, like when I went to the Guillermo del Toro at Home with Monsters exhibit. And I was looking at, all of these insane originals, like from the Disney archives, Mary Blair's, Ivan Earls, oh God, I'm trying to think of half the stuff. There was he had original Arthur Rackham's. My brain just turned. I was like, I can't handle this. It was hard to even think straight,
Yeah.
That's beautiful, dude. My God.
This one was crazy. My girlfriend's like, this is so like Dali almost.
Yeah.
Like a Dali mixed with Dali did a Clive Barker movie.
Yeah. I mean, guys, like if people want to understand, and I think people do, what we are trying to bring back, to Comicsgate, like into like this American art. Oh, there's the Phantom. Into this amazing American art form that is American comics. We're trying to bring, there is this incredible reservoir of greatness that exists in American comics. When you guys back Nosfero, you've got an artist breaking out the acrylics and you've got like pulp artwork being made. When you guys back Phil's work, it is pulp brought to life. He is telling pulp stories. And, this is our first, CG Vacation book. Just to show you guys what we're talking about here, because Phil's here, and we can drop a link. Oh, actually, make it big. Hang on a second. Let me show this here. Oh, I'm going to just switch it up. Hang on a second here. But when we're talking about this CG Vacation book, and this is like 50% right now. I haven't even done the glazes over it. But this is, hey, what's up, Dan? Good to see you. Hang on a second here. Dan Plagle is in the chat. It's good to see you, my friend. Michael Bancroft. I was just thinking that this all sounds like when I first saw Dali's work in the flesh. There you go. But this is what we're talking about. This is pulp right here. Like This is what we're doing. Oh yeah, that's right. Have you seen this bit yet? I think you have. Right? Yeah.
The detail on
oh, and it's just getting started. It's not even close to detail finished. But this is going to be like the shit. Like this is what we're after. This is like, you know, and this is the thing when people get commissions and stuff and hire me to do stuff, I want them to have something that's like, oh, I have something like in one of these books. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's I've commissioned work like this. Let me switch this up so people can see that again. Sorry, go ahead.
So he told a story about this piece. It's called the Valkyrie piece, and he said this was one of the hardest pieces he did, and he said that he painted her shirt a dozen times because it wasn't right. He was very difficult to get. But he was basically just, you know, talking about putting in the work and stuff, and look at that, so much going crazy. That's the cool thing about Stranko. He could do these awesome, very emotional montage collage pieces like movie posters, right? Yeah. But then if you look at his shadow covers, they're so simple. They have those three aspects: the mystery, the danger, and the sexiness in these pieces. They're just so simple. And
isn't that just it, though? You know, like someone like him, they break it down so simply. You know, that's what it is.
And he
mystery,
said that,
danger, sexiness, done.
And he said that if you look at my pieces, there's not a lot of confusion in the lines. You can tell what's going on. Also, some facts about him. He, if he wasn't going to go into art, he wanted to go into architecture. And if you could see that in his buildings, they're just so clean. And the lines are beautiful.
My God.
About this piece, he pointed out that he...
Hold on, let it focus for a second. My eyes are going nuts. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry. It's probably my camera.
So you got it. I'm just making sure it's on my glasses. Hail, Skip AdWords, and hold on a second, real quick. Let me just say hi to everybody here. Hail SDA, John, Teflon, Ron. Hello, Maromi, and hello, Timothy Fitzgerald. Let me see if I missed anybody else. Timothy, Miss Gerald, Dan Flake. Okay, good. All right, just want to make sure I got everybody there. And yeah, holy heavens, is that a beautiful thing?
Beautiful, yeah.
So look at all that stuff.
These jewels, he went to the library and got a bunch of jewelry books on, you know, how the jewels would look. So he used them as reference, and he painted them all in. And then he's like, "This really sucks." So he just made them all up. He painted over them and just made up all the jewels. So he just scrapped it, and this went out of his head for those, which is a pretty funny story.
That's what makes these guys. These guys are, you know, they're just cut from a different cloth, man. The stuff that they do, and the work that they do is so completely inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like, look at that. I mean, it's like, and it's just from the discipline of the work that they do. You know, they just don't stop. They just keep, I say discipline over and over again. John's going to let me know. But it really is, it really is one of those things that if we can just, like, we don't have to invent this stuff. They didn't. They were studying all of the greats. The problem with us is we don't look at this stuff like this is made by human hands. Hey, what is up, big boy Robo? It's good to see you again. And like these are made by human hands. You met the guy. You talked to the guy. It's just they put in hours. Woo, Sherlock Holmes. There it is. Yeah, this is ordered big time. I'm ordering this catalog. It's going to be, by the way, guys, if for those of you guys who have not realized yet that because of our low print runs and because of all this stuff, I think it's very likely that CG books will go up in value. I can tell you this, collecting art catalogs, an art catalog like this, get it now. It will be in demand in the future. There's no getting around it because it's beautifully done. Those look like great repros. I know they're not as good as the originals, but if they're looking this good on camera, those are really good.
Well, the thing with like paintings and like acrylics and stuff, you're almost never going to get a reproduction that's as good as the original. Like this piece here was maybe my overall favorite piece that wasn't a shadow piece. It's the spider. And just the spider in the background here. On the original, you see every stroke. You see all the different shades of red that he's using to make up this backdrop and character. It's mind-boggling. It's
Yeah, man, they broke the mold when they make people like Steranko and Frazetta and all these guys, man. It's like had a serious disagreement with the Comics Code Authority over what was acceptable in comics. Yeah. I will say this. One of the biggest things that I'm noticing is that the thing that people need to stop keeping out of comics is excellence, which is to say we got to keep challenging ourselves and we got to keep making sure that, we're making cool stuff. I mean, this. I love that indie, by the way, by him.
Yeah.
I always love that piece of concept art.
So
So good.
Timothy Fitzgerald in the chat. This is a catalog I got this weekend at an amazing art gallery of Jim Steranko's in Ohio. He was there telling crazy stories, amazing stories, and all of his original paintings. I don't know all of them, but all of the ones in the book were here on display. And these are, these are concepts for Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah, those are his concept paintings for Indiana Jones. It was originally going to be, hence the ripped shirt. He wanted Indiana Jones to be Doc Savage, basically.
Yeah,
and so it's crazy. He was hiring these Golden Age artists and trying to get that Doc Savage look. But man, I mean, talk about a book that we all need. Yeah, absolutely, the Groomsman, so good indeed. If you never saw original comic artwork or any artwork paintings, you owe it to yourself to do that. Yeah. Guys, I mean, this is the thing, right? It's like when Narwhal commissioned me to do the Nosferatu piece, and I'm like, it's like, what this is about, there's a price for people commissioning artwork, and then there's like, he was like, but I want to own the original. And I was like, it's funny, like how people just want to see, 8 to 9 hour drive from Rhode Island to get to Youngstown for you. Yeah, it's a trek. It's definitely a trek.
6 for me. It was 6 hours, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. Originals will blow your freaking mind. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Absolutely. Doc Savage is good shit. Yeah, absolutely. Timothy Fitzgerald. Yeah, Skip Edwards here. Yeah, laugh out. He was arrested at 17 for a string of burglaries and car thefts. This dude is seriously the world's most interesting man. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Yeah, Max Santiago was saying fire straight up. Yeah.
You guys don't even know. So I asked him, I'm like, how did you, or maybe someone else, maybe Aldous asked him, but someone asked, how did you get involved in doing the shadow pulp covers in the 70s? These were reprints of stories that were written in the 1930s and 40s. And he's like, oh, that's a funny story. Because he was a working magician and escape artist at that time in the 70s. Yeah. He was in his 20s. And he said he was part of this magicians club called the Witch Doctors in New York. The Witch Doctors Club. It was the freaking coolest thing I've ever heard. He's part of this club called the Witch Doctors Club. The 2 requirements you had to be in this club is you had to be a working magician and a published author. And so his buddies in that club were Walter Gibson, the writer of The Shadow, who was good friend to Harry Houdini, who wrote a biography on Harry Houdini and most all of the Shadow pulps, and Orson Welles.
Oh my God.
So he was hanging out with the creator of The Shadow and the voice of The Shadow, Orson Welles. And he's like, do you guys believe in
the director of Citizen Kane.
Right.
A few things.
Sure. And
my God.
So he put it into perspective. He's like, do you guys believe in fate? Because I was born, or he was born, Steranko. I think he said 5 days after Orson Welles did the War of the Worlds radio show. And he grew up listening to The Shadow and reading the pulps. And in his 20s, he was hanging out with those 2 guys and got the gig to do the covers because he was friends with the original writer of The Shadow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that is some good stuff. I'm looking to see where I can get a hold of this catalog, man, because I'm sure they have a shot. Yeah, dude. Listen, well, there's another question for you, Phil, right? Like, do you believe in fate? You're going to talk about how you hung out with and met Steranko and you were getting your start. I mean, how old are you, Phil?
28.
So you're 28. When you were 28, after a couple of years, right, making comics in Comicsgate and writing stories your whole life, you got to hang out with Jim Steranko.
Yeah.
If that doesn't have a huge impact on what you do going forward, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
it does, man. Yeah, of course. And the same weekend, Simon Bisley signing the cover of The Lost Pages 1 at a convention.
Full circle, baby.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Yeah, great weekend for me.
Comicsgate's been that for me, man. I told you, it's like when I was 17, I did my first pro job, which was Threshers. Cut to Comicsgate, and I'm doing a stream, or I'm doing a private sort of stream with Andy Smith, the cover artist, on the first pro job I did, helping him with mic stuff.
Yeah,
It's like, and then he sends me a bunch of free comics. I was just like, it's sick, man. It's like how this stuff works. You know, 1 degree of separation is right, you know, and it's like, and, you know, we look at this at 28, I quit. There you go. That's my buddy, Rocky. It's, he's, I've known him since college. He was one of my groomsmen. But it's, destiny is all. Yeah. Michael Bancroft says, no, I believe it, guys. Listen, Nosfero is like, I don't even know how to describe this, guys. If it wasn't for The Last Jedi, my life wouldn't be on this course. If it wasn't for my hatred of that movie and checking out the Phantom Menace streams and checking out Ethan and then seeing his comic book work and then being appalled at how he was treated and then, you know, all that stuff. And that I was drawing comics from the time I was 14. I mean, like finishing up my comics and did my first pro job at 17. And I had my heart broken by this, you know, by that stuff. And then it's like sometimes, you know, the universe puts things into play and a bunch of us get together and we decide we're going to make cool stuff happen. All of you guys here. I mean, I was hanging out with 2 people. One of them was the other night on a stream. I was hanging out with Rich Ayala, who lives in Rhode Island, just like I do. Never met before. We were having great conversations about art and all these things we're passionate about. And also on that stream was Dan Lawless, who him and I at some point lived in the same neighborhood outside of Detroit, Michigan, 2 blocks over. You cannot make this stuff up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's like, and it's like, I know that this is how it's meant to go, man. You know, this is like what it's about, guys. Like, this is what Comicsgate's about. Nosfero has been picking up backers 1 or 2 a day for like the last, beautiful, man. It's like, it's been picking up backers as we do this, like every couple of days. Right.
Yeah.
And we're all like, this is the thing. People who are motivated and Sean's about to start singing "It's a Small World After All." No, I think I was going to start singing, what is it? Always look on the bright side of life. Let's see here. Yeah, the old painted movie posters were so much cooler. Would love to add to my collection. Yeah, absolutely, man. Actually, a lot of the artwork and this bookmark, funny enough, is inspired by those old movie posters. I have a book here since we're showing book porn. Let's just do it. Watch YouTube flag us now because I said that. But this catalog, which with all due respect is my least favorite cover for a great book. It's a great artist, someone who actually went to the same school I went to, in a fine artist. But when you see the work in this book, you'll understand what I mean when I say that one of these pieces from inside the book should have been the cover. So this is Kirk Hammett, the guitarist from Metallica. This is his collection of artwork of movie posters. There's a close-up of one of and these are all screen printed posters from back in the day. This is like a detail of that poster. And as we go through this book, I'll show you a couple of my favorites. These are beautiful lettering. I know we've talked about screen printing and all of that.
Wow,
Phil, like, I mean, this is the stuff, the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Metropolis. But when we get into some of these crazier posters, I mean, look at that. These are so much a part of the things that inspired those pulp covers. Think of that as a screen print.
Yeah.
Like how bonkers. And by the way, speaking of, the colors of these are the exact same level of speaking of the creature from the Black Lagoon. The colors on these in person, this is the This is how big this thing is. So this is the entrance to a movie theater, and these were the King Kong standees that were on top. They're enormous. Turk
Jesus.
owns one of those. It's worth a couple $1 million. And this right here, one of my favorite posters for the Mummy. Just look at the color on the hieroglyphs behind her and how. Gotta see if I can get this at a better angle there. Look at how nuts that color is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like when I do this stuff, I want to make sure that, when we're doing books and when I'm doing stuff for you, and I know we'll do something legit with the Masquerade at some point. It's like a matter of time. This poster, by the way, was huge, and the hand lettering on it is beautiful. Like, I love that kind of hand lettering. Why can't we do stuff like this anymore? A civilization is devolving. Here's what I would say, Eric. You are doing some really cool stuff right now. By the way, in case people are wondering where the title The Walking Dead came from, there's the original Boris Karloff movie, The Walking Dead. There's the Raven and beautiful lettering here. But I want you guys to know, here's one of the Frazetta originals I saw. This is an acrylic, which Frazetta usually worked in oils, but this one was an acrylic. And I love that because there's so many cool things you can do with acrylic. Nosferatu piece right here. Some more Frankenstein stuff. And then there's my favorite movie poster of all time. It's huge. It's beautiful. It is, I'm so honored that I got to, see it in person because it's worth millions of dollars. There's so few of these left.
Wow.
And it's just gorgeous. And so when I sit down, old movie poster stuff and old pulp work is 100% the inspiration for what you're seeing when you look at Nosfero, guys. That is, hold on a second, let me just switch my camera up just to the desk cam. There we go. That is what my inspiration is for Nosfero, guys. There's paints, there's water, there's board, and then there's pulp. And this is like an example of one of my pages in progress. Here's another one that's in, at the very early stage with the panels. You guys have already seen the bookmark that I'm working on for the campaign. Everybody who backs the book is going to get a bookmark. And then as Phil is working, this is what we're doing for the CG Vacation book.
Hell yeah, dude. I can't.
This is
so good.
You got to find people, and it ain't even close to done yet. This is going to be a piece where, this is the great thing about being married. My wife's like, how much are you going to be selling that original for? But this is what it's about, guys. This is just putting together, like all this detail, like all of getting like the angle on the flippers before you render them right. Getting the particular kind of harpoon or spear that's here. This is when we talk about why can't we do this stuff anymore? I'm doing this stuff. We can do this stuff. Phil is like,
we can.
Schaff, go nuts, do this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And look at how close. Do you see? Like, you had your nose on these originals.
Oh my
god! Look at where the paint. It's my fingernail. Look at where the paint is breaking on this canvas textured paper. And what it does. Look at where that little blue, those greens and oranges from all those glazes come together.
Dude, it already looks rusty. That's crazy. It looks rusty.
Yeah.
Oxidized.
It only took me 45 years to figure out how to layer my colors. Yeah. And by the way, just so people know, when I say it only took me 45 years, most of that time was drawing. I didn't start actually trying to learn how to paint till I was in my 20s.
Right.
So I can't overstate that this is like how it is. But I was born to do this stuff for Comicsgate. I really do believe that that's why I'm here, is to help make Comicsgate, help to make Comicsgate as good as I can contribute to it. And when you guys see this stuff, for those of you guys who haven't seen it, because now I feel compelled to get it. Thankfully, my setup allows me to move without the camera moving. Phil, entertain him for a second. I'll still be able to hear him, but,
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about your book.
My book? No, I wanted to talk about Nosfero. Vaughn put it perfectly. This is the new Phantom.
There you go.
Phantom for CG is Nosfero. And
what did you say?
The Phantom, like Vaughn.
No, I mean, what did you say about your character?
Oh, yeah. You saw that? I said,
You
yeah,
said?
he's the Nosfero is the Phantom, and the Masquerade is the Shadow of CG.
You said that the Masquerade, pictured here,
That's
is
right.
the new Shadow. So for
New
those of you
Shadow.
guys who don't know, let me move that light off so we can. Oh God, that's not going to help much better either. So, but you said that the Masquerade, pictured here, is the
Look
new
at that.
Shadow.
Oh, God, that sleeve looks so, the sleeve, just the
The
tuck
sleeve,
looks
man.
so real, man. That's so cool.
Sleeve lives matter. There, I said it.
Oh,
Yeah, the
that's
whole
beautiful,
purpose
dude.
of this is to make art while we can. As I said, 45 years to get here. Father Time, though, is still undefeated. Tick tock, tick tock. I do not know how much time I have left to make paintings. And the question goes to, what do you want to do with your time? Like whatever time you have. You know, I want to spend time with my kids. I want to spend time with my wife. I want to spend time with people who value this stuff and value what I do and support my books and back my books and all that other great stuff. But we're looking for artist kindred spirits. You know what I mean? And when you move your hand over a canvas, which by the way, you know, don't scrub too much. You know, I don't want to lose the painting here, but you know, but when I'm doing things like throwing crazy colors, like some of those purples and yellows and then gold washes in there to try to get that really nice impressionistic sense of this world, of the Masquerade, with a little nod to Phantom of the Opera and the Red Death. And a little bit of,
so good, dude.
do you know what I'm saying? And
Hell
so we're in this, guys, we are in this to win it. We're in this to make, like, when people come at CG and are like, oh, what's CG about? I'll tell you what CG is about. CG is about making the best art you can for the best backers, customers, and supporters out there. That is all it's about, guys.
Yep.
It's not rocket science. We're not trying to, people say we monkey around, but we're too busy drawing to bring anybody down.
That's right.
We're just trying to be friendly. No, this is the thing. This is what we're doing. You know, we're making stuff happen, and that's what it's about. Timothy Fitzgerald, your work looks like it would go well in the Lepresti verse. Yeah, I love Aaron Lepresti. He's a great guy. I was actually helping him with OBS. I was paying it forward so he could do a 2-camera shot, and got him using the Razor camera I'm using for his art stuff. Yeah, Kit Carson, the Ape Guy. Yeah, I will tell you this though. You know, it's Eric Huffles. They're here we are now entertaining us. That's right. Talk about my book, says Bancroft. Just so Michael knows, by the way, the Lucent 2 Painted Death, make sure that you guys are signed up for that email list. In case you are wondering, I play that trailer at the beginning of every single one of my streams. It is the first trailer I play is for Painted Death.
And Bancroft is doing a piece for CG Vacation of
he is.
a Lucent character. So, and that one's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see how that comes out.
Yeah, guys, and I'm going to tell you this too. This stuff is why Comicsgate are considered the outlaws of comics. Yeah, because in a world where injustice is the law, the just must become outlaws. That's how it is, right? Let's see. Otherwise, I'd never have started watching CG. Yeah, absolutely. The Groomsman, I love the reference to Copper Tone Girl. Yeah, absolutely. Got to do it. Legit good stuff. I hated Disney Stars so much. Yeah, let me tell you something. It's so true. She has a gold bikini. Sometimes you got to do it, guys. Listen, when people hire me to do jobs and they say, hey, Sean, I want you to do something for this, what they're really asking for is, or really paying me for, is to make something that's inspiring and that's going to put air in their lungs, you know, into their aqua lung in this case. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, the job is inspiration, you know, and the job is, I always said to my wife, like she was asking me, there was this random painting that was just something her mom picked up at Marshall's that she had in her childhood house that when they sold it, she lost it. And all I had was a photograph of it. And for 8 years, I Googled every search term to find it. And I finally found it and got it for her. And she said, "You're a psycho." And I went, yeah. You know, like that was like the weirdest. I was like, "Hi, Captain Obvious." And I said, yeah, because when it comes to surprising people, if I'm going to surprise somebody, I want to knock them unconscious with the joy of the surprise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And if I'm going to make artwork for somebody, if they don't open it up and go, wow, holy shit. Like if someone backs, like, gosh, there's one more of those head sketches left. When someone backs at the head sketch level, if when they open that head sketch, it doesn't take their breath away to see this original they got. And Michael's got 2 of them in his house. Then I failed. That's just how I see it, man. Admiral Wackass with the link to Pain of Death. Please sign up for that email list for my brother. Oh, Michael, boy, I love you so. Michael Bancroft, enough about me, though. What do you think about me? I love that line. I've always said that, John. That's it. You get it. But yeah, man, isn't drawing feel like oxygen? You know, to just like, you got to draw, Phil. It's like, you know what I mean? It's a weird thing. Just like you got to write, just like you got to do it all. You got to feel it, man. I mean, it's like, that's why I'm learning to, play the violin. I just need to do it. You know, it's important. Like these things, like time is, you only get one shot to make your artwork and enjoy the experience of drawing. And it's like, you only get one shot, to have your kids as infants and like carry them around, sooner or later. Now they're taller than us. That's the joy of it. And that's why we love to do it. Admiral Wackass. I thought Bancroft was doing puzzles. Yeah, there you go. Always be Kuman. Absolutely, Eric. Admiral Wackass. Crooms was laughing. Hope he makes more puzzles. Gonna grab another. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's Aerith's mantra, isn't it? I thought they were paying you for your words per minute. That's very true. They are. Absolutely. Go big or go home. Absolutely. The lighting on that vampire's teeth. Yeah, guys. Oh, it is. You guys don't even know. This is like a vampire mummy character. And the thing I love about him is, and there's a little nod to Nosfero in what's going on with him, because there's this whole thing about opening up doorways to these, creatures, living beings from other dimensions. Gosh, where the heck did I put that page? I've done. I know you know this, Phil, but I have done a lot of work on this book. There it is. Stacks of pages, man. Stacks of pages. And as I always tell people, so because this guy was the first person to try to open a doorway with his mind, you can see that all he's got are little strands of these mummy wrappings where there's these holes in his head that you can see through. And then the wrappings kind of go into these weird horns. And so that is what Amon al-Hazard
man.
Listen, man.
That's some Guillermo stuff right there, dude.
Dude, it's like Guillermo says something that I always love. He said with his visuals, he tries to create a literary level of density. So like thinking about your visuals as text. And that is what it's about, I think that's sweet and not psycho at all. Yeah. Angela Curry, I appreciate that. Yeah. My dentist's office, I told them I had found this thing, and they were all the people at the dentist's office. When next time I went in, they were like, what did she think? What did she think? I had a little video of it. It was cute. Awesome. Man, she's a great gal. So Timothy Fitzgerald, Sean, watching people paint is another level of watching drawing, which I find enjoyable. Like when PTP does paintings. Yeah. Have you considered doing more time-lapse paint videos? Yeah, I've done some, but I gotta tell you, I love streaming with you guys and talking while I paint. That's why Phil and I are here doing this work right now. It's 3:15 a.m., but it's also got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. So we're going to draw. Phil having kids taller than him is crazy. It happens sometimes. It does happen. Arg, still tired. Mortal V, great to see you. Mortal V. Character, so dope. That's fucking awesome. There you go. Thank you, I'm a Wackass. Much appreciated. Yeah. Meet him. Very cool. Very cool. Met him. Very cool. No fun. Go to sleep, Mortal V. Timothy Fitzgerald. I just thought it might help your channel. No, Timothy Fitzgerald. I absolutely want you guys to know. I love your suggestions, and I'm absolutely game for doing a time lapse. I do have one time lapse of me doing an acrylic of a Frankenstein painting, but yeah, for me, if I could have more hours in the day and not need to sleep at all, I would do that. I know that's not healthy. But I've been painting. I don't know how many hours I've been painting today, but I think I did like 16 yesterday. Damn. And it was yeah. I mean, it was nuts. And I mean, I even I did a painting I can't even show you. I might show you after stream, but it was for another idea, for another project idea. But we're writing and creating and drawing and publishing and fulfilling. There's so much, and it's so great, And thank you, Timothy Fitzgerald, for that suggestion. By the by, I do appreciate it. Yeah, I might, but I sort of feel like I'm losing productive time. Angela Curry, we'll see. Yeah, hey, listen. Being productive is important, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, use them to cross-promote Nosfero. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Angela Curry, Mortal V, well, hang in there. Yeah, by the way, guys, when someone says hang in there, never forget. Let me see if I can get this there. That is, I got to switch this 1 second here to artist cam. There you go. That is my hang in there poster that I painted in acrylic.
Oh, yeah.
So what you can see there is a tiger hanging on a tree branch with 2 snakes coming down the tree branch. It's breaking. A kingfisher is about to land on it. And then if you look, there's a volcano erupting behind him, tidal waves crashing in, filled with sharks, and then hand lettered, hang in there. And that's what it's all about, people. That's my sense of humor when it comes to this stuff. Gotta love it, man. Gotta have fun. Have a good time all of the time. And work like a maniac. But it's like that's what we do, right, Phil? I mean, you've been doing this the CG thing like I've been doing it, but you've been publishing, man. I've published my art books outside of at Indiegogo, but they weren't comics, so they couldn't really be. They were CG in spirit, but they didn't have the benefit of the CG audience like this. So, but it's like I look at the Lost pages, and it is right now. It's got my favorite characters in it in terms of to illustrate that I want to draw.
Oh, thanks,
they're just
man.
great.
That means a lot.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
I know you work
been
hard.
a roller coaster. It's been awesome. Like, I just was on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and it said it was like the pictures I posted of the first time we got our Magic Cop 1 books in, and that was like 3 years ago now.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and
yeah.
We made, after the first 60 days on that campaign, we had $4,000 and we were super happy,
Yep.
Awesome. And
hold on a second, my glasses are messed up. Can you read this for me?
Let's see. Diaz Bros rule. What's up, Admiral Wackers?
There brother. You go. Got to get that out there.
And then
yeah.
I was saying, in demand, we made like an extra $10,000, just from word of mouth and promoting and stuff. And now we're about to break our biggest campaign. Like if we get 7 more backers, it's going to be our biggest campaign ever.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I mean, you guys have been working hard and putting the time in. Oh shit, this light's messing me up. Hang on a second. There we go. You guys have been working hard and putting the time into this thing, and you've been maximizing the creativity, dude. That's all there is to it. People respond to seeing creativity and passion, and you're bringing both in abundance. So it's not surprising to me. I mean, how cool is this? I mean, this is sort of what I thought life should be like when I was, older, sitting around drawing and making art at all hours of the night, man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. Yeah, you're going to be on that Steranko high for a while, I think.
Dude, I'm on it. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
So there was a signing afterwards. It was started at 9 p.m. It was at the hotel. Mm-hmm. And when I was talking to him earlier, he's like, have you ever heard of something like this, for an artist? It's so cool that we're able to do this. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, we're doing the signing at 9. He's like, yeah, it starts at 9, but when's it going to end? 10, 11? 12, who knows? It was on like showman mode. It was awesome. And when he was signing my stuff, I pulled out my phone and I was showing him the Masquerade. And I'm like, I'm trying to bring that type of character back, the pulp and stuff. And afterwards, after he was signed stuff and we were talking, he's like, the stuff you're showing me, I like what you're doing, man. It looks like you're putting a lot of hard work into it, and that's what you got to do. So
right on,
man. Really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, all you're seeing with us, and I know you know this, Dan is like, my book's in the mail yet, Phil? People are desperate, Phil.
Dan Plagle, yeah. Your
Yeah.
tracking number, brother. Should
They're
be
in the mail. Yeah, absolutely. The check is in the mail. Mortal V, yeah, you were rising him hard the other day in multiple streams. Greatest stuff around. Indiegogo Projects, The Lost Pages 2, Silhouette by Zaid Comics. Admiral Wack S. We thank you.
brother.
You are the man. Mortal V, you should see how bad I was with Malin 3 years ago. I started watching myself when he referred to me as his troll at one point. Mortal V used to call Malin. Malin lost shame, so Mortal fell out of love and moved to Dale. Malin is very dry. He's a little harder to tell if he's enjoying your humor, if you are just pissing him off. Yeah, I got the first time that John, I used a very old joke that I had a feeling would be right up his alley. But I made John Malin laugh because, when John's first meeting, he was probably when he's most vulnerable. John, if you're watching this, this is how it is. And I was being very sincere, because I was, and he was listening to me and I said, it's like, I remember, I'm thinking about Shane Davis and I'm so happy for him. I remember when I found out that my wife was expecting, and I said, and I tell you something, John, if I ever find that guy, and he just totally caved. Which was a straight lift from the Naked Gun movies, but I couldn't resist. It was a layup, man. It had to happen.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, John's sense of humor, perfectly right up the middle, Michigan style, baby. But it's great. It's great to see John and all those guys, the risks they took, but I think the joy and pride they must feel in like what is happening with CG right now. How many people, passionate creators, are working their butts off trying to grow this thing, and you guys being here, we can't overstate that. Like, it is 3:23 in the morning where I am, and we're just here working, and it's 2, I think, where Phil is, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And we're just here, we're drawing, we're sketching, and we're hanging here with you guys. And, it's crazy, man. That's what we love.
That's how we do it.
It's what we got to do, guys. This is what comics should be. And the people that like Steranko and folks like that who really inspire us, it's like, and as well as you guys in the chat, I mean, that's how we keep going. When you guys go, all right, I'm sold. I'm back in Nosfero. I mean, that is not a small thing. Like, that's something that just is like oxygen to us. Back to Lost Pages. Everything the Diaz brothers do is great. Blah, 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 books. And you just think we're meeting in these streams. It doesn't get much better than that. Right on, SDA. Well, at least you're in tomorrow with the rest of us now. That's good. John left my $2 super chat up for like 30 minutes last night and then read it like 4 times. There might have been alcohol involved.
Oh, man. I apologize to whoever watched that stream last night. It was
did it go off the rails?
It was the most off the rails stream I've ever been on.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, guys. I saw that link posted, and then I just looked at the stream and I went, I hope they have a great night. It's the Waffle Lot Studio hashtag. Yeah, Phil, I think there's a story about Steranko punking out. Yeah, I know that Steranko Bob Kane story. Yeah, where he was wearing an ascot. One of the all-time great stories. Yeah. At Angela Westside. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a mess, says Timothy Fitzgerald about the stream.
It was horrid. I left without saying goodbye. That's how bad it was.
Oh my God. So it descended into full-blown madness, huh?
It was, yeah.
That's what happens. Yeah. Yeah, they're entertaining streams for everybody, but it's like I see it and I go, I don't think, mainly because I don't drink, but I'm like, what can I bring to this?
Me either. John yells at me. He's like, shots, Phil. I'm like, dude, I don't drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's one of those things, Bless them. They've earned the right to drink, I think, after a long Comicsgate grind to get this all set up. I was just laughing. Like, the thing that got me is I couldn't believe that John and any of them had not drinking, and I'm sober, had not ever drank malt liquor before, because I was like, oh, that was a staple in my youth when I was 12, 13, and 14. But yeah, I did everything backwards in terms of drinking age and such. But it's funny. Like everything I ever did when I was coming up, I just wanted to draw and read comics. Like I always wanted to be working. It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing. Like I just was. There were so many things I was interested in that I wanted to learn or get better at and improve at, and I don't know. It's weird, man. But you must have been pretty driven when you were younger. For God's
Not
sake.
in school, man.
Well, school doesn't really count.
Yeah. No, I just love, my parents always encouraged imagination.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff I got lost in,
Mm-hmm.
And,
that's great, man.
Yeah.
I love hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, I mean, it's like as a parent now, like I think about that a lot. Like it's a lot of us, are kind of like, trying to I don't know how to word it, but it's like, well, a lot of us are kind of like, figuring out this parenting thing, with different kinds of examples. I'll put it that way, be charitable. And the thing about it is like you hear that kind of stuff and you think, I always love to hear, I always tell my wife this, I love to hear stories of people who were inspired by good parents being passionate about, them and their future and their work and what they could do. That's the stuff that is actually really great to hear because, like when I see Shane post pictures of him and Pterodactyl, I mean, he's beaming, man. And when I look at Pterodactyl, I see the same look on my daughter's face, which is I have complete control of this larger human and he could be bent to my will. And that is sadly, that's how it goes with those daughters, man. But yeah, it's like you get to meet, like, how cool is it that you get to meet one of those heroes of imagination for you, man, with Steranko? That's awesome.
It's amazing. I asked him, how did you conceptualize those shadow covers? Like, did you get a synopsis or did you read the whole novel? Was it a scene? And he said, he talked to Walter a lot, the writer, of course, and he was familiar with the material. And we got into later on. I asked him how because I heard that he was supposed to draw that Mike Kaluta series with Denny O'Neil. He was supposed to be one of the artists that they were considering. He's like, Lin Wein was the editor at the time, or Lin Wein was actually going to write it. And he actually, you could find it online. Steranko did kind of like a mashup, almost movie poster of the Shadow that was going to be a cover for one of those books. And he's like, who would be better to? He's a writer himself. Who would be better to write it than Steranko and draw it? Because he knew the father of the Shadow. And so he stops while we're in this big circle of people around Jim, and he's like, he points at me. He's very physical, like he'll poke you in the chest and to emphasize stuff. He'll punch his hand or the table. He'll punch the table if he's signing to emphasize things. And he's like, you know what each of those paintings started with? And I'm like, what? And he's like, a dream. It always starts with a dream. And we try to make the physical art and storytelling as close as that first dream that we have. That's what you do. That's how you start.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something, that's an attitude, and that's something that, you don't ever want to lose. And when people say it's like a necessity to lose it, it's not true. Some of the people I know who've been through the toughest times and had the most experience in a field speak that way. So it's by no means, an inevitable thing. And I think, who better if you're going to believe somebody about that than Steranko? He's done it, and it's like, and that's the same thing. Like I am very much chasing those dreams when it comes to Nosfero. And what was interesting is, and you and I started messaging back and forth. I don't remember after whether it was a stream or something. I can't remember where we were, like, when we started this whole back and forth, on Twitter. but you know, in messages. But like the more we talked about the masquerade and stuff like that, like that's how it does it. Like it ignites your imagination, man. You know, it's like you know, you start like dreaming about this character and this idea, and it's very much the same thing with you know the Downcast painting. You know, it's like I'm looking at these books, and then you and I are talking about the idea, and then I'm thinking about, you know, Gil Elfgren and all these different, you know, inspirations that I have for the piece. And that's how all this stuff comes together, guys. It's like we're just always trying to figure out like how to do this stuff better and make it happen. Oh, let me go back to the chat here for a second. Hang on. We had a couple of people bomb in this chat today. First time I've seen that. Yeah, but you know what's sort of funny is that, you know, that's a sign you're making it. Eric Huffles, my apologies, I promise. I wanted to hear the accent. Regret it now. Ethan mentioned your chat. Yeah, Kaluda, met him, great guy. Yeah, he's friends with the guy who did the shadow piece I showed the other night. They're really good friends. I can't remember. He got on Form Caps. Yeah. He's always going, he's in so poor he can't afford real paper, be a real player like me and stuff like that. Do you suspect it? You know, so basically telling us, he's telling us to go to sleep. We're staying up too late. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes people gotta do things. People gotta do what they do. Let's see here. Like us, if they're kidding, I don't care. Some peeps are just trying to get people to go back and forth. Yeah, you know, people gotta do it. Never thought of it, but he's been very consistent in chat. I guess most people tune him out. Yeah. Eric Claw's stick could be funny if it was lurking. Orlby. Yeah. Kick Dean and comics, mate. You guys are hilarious. Hail Skit. Catch you later. Going to sleep. 80s Made Consumer. Thank you for popping in, man. Everybody subscribe to 80s Made Consumer, 80s MC. If you haven't yet, great stuff. Tim Fitzgerald, Fitzglossic, could be funny if we could understand him. If he could finish some goddamn sentence. There you go. People in the chat, man. Keeping it real. But yeah, I mean, it to me, I always say, and I think I said this to you when you messaged me and sent me some of those images. I love hearing about people getting to have those moments with things they're passionate about, with people they're passionate about, you know, the creators and storytellers, because I love hearing good stories like that, like people having good experiences, and I couldn't have been happier for you, man. It's good stuff.
That was amazing.
Yeah, sir, I know, man. It's gonna be something that, you know, you process for the rest of your life. That's the cool part about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Another guy was there who seemed pretty knowledgeable about things, and he tells Steranko, he's like, right now I think about that story. I guess this guy knew John Romita. He said, John Romita tells this story that back in the day, he's in the bullpen sitting with Buscema and Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
They're drawing. And Jack, you know, is looking at his art and looking at these guys draw. And he says, you know, guys, one day this art's going to be in a museum. And they laughed at him, you know. And he's like, look at you, Jim. You know, this stuff's in a museum right now. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that really something? Cool. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this and you know, try not to, you know, we got to live in the moment to get our, you know, deadlines met and ship our books and all that stuff. But people are going to look back, guys, for all of you guys back in these books who are going to have very limited, you know, copies of a very limited print runs. Seriously, like it's just the nature of the beast, guys. Even if we overprinted double, these would still be small print runs. People are going to talk about CG as one of these incredibly important movements in comics, and you guys are a part of it. People are going to talk about hanging out in the chat and all of these streams, and these streams are going to be out there on YouTube, but you guys were here, you know, and that's what's so cool about it. You know, it's crazy, you know. and I love this stuff. That's what I love about what we do here, and that's what I love about the work. We're passionate, and we're making it happen. And I think that when I look at the stuff that we're doing, and Vaughn was talking to me about doing a piece for Terror, and I'm just like going, heck, I'm surrounded by people who are passionate about pulp, and whenever people are like, oh, I'd love to get you to do a piece for this or that or this, like my mind is going, those dreams are being, coming to life in my head. And I'm like, I'm going to make this something awesome.
Yeah.
And, the CG Vacation book, I think is going to be a knockout, man. I'm excited.
I hope so, man. It's like kind of my brother and I being like, like you guys, the backers, you did so much for us to make our ideas come to life. So we want to do something that's strictly for the backers of all this, all these characters they love,
Yeah, man. That's what we do. It's almost like how comics should be. It's like, doesn't seem like rocket science,
Yeah.
So these people, they're fans of the stuff. Don't hate them. What? What is this you say? But hey, more power to them. They're making our life so much easier, failing at basic customer service and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
It's imagination is the business. That's the job, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Let me see here. Scroll up here and adjust my glasses. My hat's like falling off my head, like it's about ready to fall off here. I feel means to say. He's a consumer. If they could see you now, yeah, every damn time. Reverted back to my defeated or my 3M's or something. Okay. CG Museum, possibly one day, you never know. To the aliens looking at this chat a million years in the future. Nuts. Yeah, that's right. Nuts to you, aliens. I love those Marvel swimsuit books back in the day. Yeah, in the Wizard days. Those were great. Let's see here. STA, I've heard that major backers now have a long box of, yeah, that's true. Yep, totally true. Aaron Anderson, back Nosfero again tonight. My gosh, thank you so much. Tip of the hat. So excited for this book. Your streams are always inspiring. Aaron Anderson, you're inspiring. Thank you so much. I have got to play this for you because this is what I'm going to start doing now when people say that. There you go, guys. Gotta have some fun. Yeah, thank you, Aaron Anderson. I appreciate it. Yes. Hey, future aliens, you might have heard this one in Ancient Earth archives. It goes a little bit something like this. D's nuts. Guys, it never gets old. It never gets old, man. That one time that Ethan just got on a tear about that and couldn't stop laughing. Let me tell you something I love about CG. I love when, and I think, was it Jeremy who clipped this or Comics Gate is Comics Great? It could have been Lord Crack at 33. But that time that Cecil was just going to town on Ethan and he said something like, I don't understand why I'm getting roasted so much. And Cecil goes, because you're a pig.
Yeah. Dude,
it was so, do you remember that one?
Yeah.
It was relentless. Cecil is
funniest man I've never met.
Yeah, he seriously, and that's the thing about him too, which is he is so quick and so funny.
Envious, man. I envy his wit.
Well, if I could say this too, it's he's one of those people that I think that he talked about this. He talked about getting out of shape and going to that wedding and having a friend chastise him. I was a bit brutal, actually. I was like, damn, man, that's a. And she was like, how could you have done this to yourself? He told the story. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty intense, man. But Cecil has really gotten his love of comics and all of the things he's passionate about. And he's a great broadcaster and really all this cool stuff. It's really changed his life like it has for so many of us, man. And Cecil has brought me so many hours of joy and laughter. And, I'm so grateful for that dude, man. He really is. He is something special, man. He's something special. Gotta love the guy. Yeah, Cecil is the best. Assuming reasonable fulfillment, I should have a short box worth of CG books by the end of this year. I have a utterly perilous stack next to me of CG books right now. I've got to get a short box at least to get these things together because, I mean, there are so many CG books that I have right now. It's getting ridiculous. It seriously is getting ridiculous how many books I have. And I'm worried like that, that I've got to, I was one of those people who at some point, I was like, a couple moves in and I hate this. You start getting rid of a bunch of stuff. And then I got rid of my long boxes. I was like, took them to the comic shop and I'm like, what do you want for these? And, I got to get rid of them because I got to do the X, Y, and Z. And this is the first time I have ever, since those days, which I would have been in my 20s, this is the first time I've said to myself, since the long boxes I got when I was 15, maybe, that I don't want to get a long box or so that I can start collecting this stuff, It's crazy. New show, CG Hoarders, featuring Sean. Yeah. Well, I told people this, that if how I want to die, if I have a choice, which I'm assuming I won't, but how I want to go is killed in an avalanche of books. That's it. They found him under his books. Then I'm good. That's how I wanted to go. You can tell people that's what he would have wanted. Have a giant stack of read and unread. Yeah, absolutely. New show, CG Hoarders. Yes. Try getting through a 3-4 a week. Yeah, absolutely. I only started in early 2021. Yeah, I would tell you this, guys. There's so much great stuff out there. The Groomsmen, Nosfero, the reference books walker. Yeah, it's killed by the reference books. Sean's tombstone will read, "Here lies Sean Thingetti, studious in his art, but unfortunately buried by others' art." Yeah, my tombstone, I have a couple of things I've always joked I wanted to say. The first one was, I'm still holding a grudge. That was one of my early ones, I thought. Then another one was, but I digress. And then the final one I decided on that my wife refuses to put on a tombstone was, I was born for this. That's the dark sense of humor. Still need to finish all the the She and Cyberfrog omnis. My God, the She omnibus looks amazing. Have read the Cyberfrog Harris run. Yeah, I did. I couldn't afford it, and I regret that. But I will back the next thing for sure. It's a beautiful book, and it's one of those things where by the time I remembered to do it, I think it's not still in demand. It's closed, right?
Which one?
Or is it?
The omnibus?
The She omnibus. Yeah, that's closed, right? That was.
Oh, I think it might be closed.
It's closed because I remember it was like the last night they were going to do it, and I caught the stream later after midnight, which was a little depressing. Still, it is what it is. And like I said, it will always say part-time Uber driver at John. No, it's got to say high school English teacher who moonlights as an Uber driver. That's my favorite thing from the Hogan the Bogan video. It killed me, man. I have 3 big stacks of CG books. I should probably transfer them to a box. Yeah, absolutely, Eric. That's so true. Sean's killed in a stack of Twilight books. Twilight books, and he was found covered in glitter. So I used to visit Sean's room just so I could dig through and organize all of his books. And as you can see, it was all completely for naught. Admiral Podcast, laugh out loud. Yeah, I think it's closed. Yes, it's closed. Closed at $210,210. Well, Timothy, they can't all be winners. No, I'm seriously. Billy's the man, and I know you've told stories about meeting him and how awesome he is. And
so good.
Yeah. And he was great to me when I met him at cons when I was younger, and good dude. Yeah. Let's see here. Yes, it's closed, blah, blah. Yeah. The Groomsman sounds like you have the organizing bug. At John, no comment. Yeah. I could comment, but I'll let it stand. I think people have got a good beat on you, Groomsman. But it's, I don't know, man. It's like, I see all these great art books. I see the catalog, the Steranko catalog, and I'm just like, come on. Yeah.
Amazing.
Let's make cool stuff.
We got to
That
do
is
it.
what it's all about. Yeah, got to.
No one else is gonna, obviously.
Absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, and good for us that people. I mean, it really is just work ethic. You know, when you put yourself around people who work hard, it motivates you.
Mhm.
It just does. And when you put yourself around people who dream, you know, to paraphrase Steranko, and who imagine, shocker, you get imaginative things. Like, you certainly don't get them any other way. You know, you don't get them by being negative or down or nihilistic, because all that stuff is self-fulfilling. You know, you get them by just putting hours in and dreaming and collecting stuff and meaning it. And everybody I've found at CG seems to really mean it, you know, really care about this stuff. And that's why we're all here. You know, I mean, it's like, if you guys think about it, and if you look at the counter on this stream, you know, it's 2 hours and 37 minutes, and I did an hour plus stream with the CG team before I even came in here. Took a little break in between, and that's what it is. You know, Sean, don't make me pull out my old art Sean file. Yeah. Hey, listen, that freaked me out that you had that. So, you know, he was collecting photocopies of stuff I would send, and their artwork pieces I don't even remember doing. It's
That's
like
awesome.
it's like I've done so much stuff, man. And you know this. It's like my wife came in the room today, because it's like, this is my sort of studio space room. She came in here and she's like, "Dang, you've got a lot of artwork you're making right now." Like, she was like, "You like piles of artwork," and I go, "Yeah, I'm in the zone. Comicsgate has put me in the zone." You know, and that's really what it is. You know, it's like you get people who are backing your book and moving it forward. We're almost to that trading card stretch goal, you know, and it's crazy. Oh gosh, I've totally didn't even realize this, guys. Oh no. It finally happened. Aldous will be so pleased. I gotta show it, guys. Hold on a second, guys. We bring you this news update. Nosfero died. No. It's like, hang on a second here. Here we go. We're going to share this window in a second if this boomer can figure it out. Look at this, guys. Nosfero the Crypt Walker. Let me move this out so I can see it.
Great name.
Yeah, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. We crossed over to 23K.
Woo,
190 on this stream. Thank you, guys. And the reason we did is because our featured perk, 10 of 10 claimed, the watercolor head sketch, is no more.
Gone.
All 10 have now been claimed.
Hell yeah.
So there you guys go. Could not do it without you. Obviously, you guys are amazing. 23K, 359 backers, and we are just cruising along. Guys, seriously, no words, guys. No words. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Dude, you guys are awesome.
People have been backing, man. It's amazing to see.
We got the best people in the world.
It's amazing.
Like, seriously. You know?
Yeah.
We love you guys. You guys are the best. You know?
Dude, I didn't even make a post today. Like, I usually make daily posts, right? About stuff I'm promoting. I didn't even make a post today. I got 4 backers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Look at these guys. These guys are great. These guys are absolutely great. You know? And I just, it's like, you think about, you know, you think about comics, you think about how much we love this stuff. Yeah, Cecil, wherever you are, man, I thank you so much. You know, no words. I hate to see it when you have no words. Yeah, you see me go through some stuff. You guys know it. Yeah, I'm gonna play something that is not really celebratory. Actually, I don't even know if I still have it in here. Hang on a second. Here, I'm gonna play a short film in honor of this. It's the first short film I ever made for Comicsgate for Ethan's channel. And just as a little nod to Cecil, I'm going to play this short trailer. So here you guys go. In celebration of us crossing 23K and selling the last of the watercolor head sketches, here you guys go.
And I could go and eat pie on that bridge. I'm actually afraid. I'm actually a little freaked out to do it. I'm actually a little freaked out. People have died here.
And it's right where you are right now.
For real. Hold on a second. Let me just get this up. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, creepy road.
Yeah, this is for real, guys.
10 days as thousands of man-hours have been unable to produce any clues.
We have a few leads, a few other options we want to take advantage of, and just try to put together some pieces as possible.
Do you believe the occult may be involved in the disappearance?
Graffiti on this bridge that says, "I do not want to die."
Fucking deer.
He broke me. It says, he broke me. Right here. He broke me.
Was that Mike writing about
When he was leaving Comicscape. Yeah, he broke me.
I don't know. What the fuck is this? Can you guys see this? It's a murder weapon.
What is it? Oh.
Ew, it's bloody. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting out of here, though, because this is kind of fucked up. Cecil, I hear voices out here, all right? I hear voices. I gotta get out of here.
What if Ethan was murdered and Andrea's at home watching this? Live.
All right, let me see if I can get out of here. Yeah. You hear that?
Jesus.
There you go. That's what I do with my free time, guys. Yeah. Thank you, John, and I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are the best. Much love. You guys are awesome. Cecil's back. He's giving out. He's carrying so much of CG. Grammar sucks, but you got it. Yeah, there you go. I remember that. Yeah, guys, I'm going to actually EFAP that stream. It has to be done because I love that stream, and there are things in that stream that are eerily prophetic and absolutely hilarious. Yeah, that demon jump scare thing is the best. Yeah, I got to make that stuff happen, But it's I'm telling you, man. Yeah, later Shane killed that deer with his cube. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I love graffiti, but in paper. There you go, huh? Cecil and Ethan at Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, absolutely. With the knives there, SDA. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, because you gotta make like that. Those were in the early days. Ethan, all right, guys, I need to sneak out quietly. Yes, that is my favorite part of the stream, where he's sneaking out quietly. He's got his phone with him, and right as he goes to the second floor of the house, John yells as loud as he can, "Andrea!" And Cecil just dies. He's like, "John, you bastard!" It was the best, man. It's a great stream, and yeah, interesting things happens. Like a guy whose initials are LG. I'll let you guys try to guess who that is. Sends in a super chat to say, "I'd love to stick around, guys, but I've got a date with 2 beauty queens tonight," which I'm sure was totally legit. You can't even like it is just a cornucopia of things. M to the B. Yeah. But it's so fun to see all of these. It's so fun to see all of these things, when you're looking at these old streams and how fun they are, and people doing all this crazy stuff. And that's what we do. That's what we do here. It was a really funny stream. And it's so funny because it was just about going and it's one of those things. Hang on a second here. We'll sort that out.
Just one of those days.
Yeah, it is one of those days. But it's one of those days where, you see people and they're doing work and they're, putting this stuff together and having fun and just went out to go and see, yeah, yeah, you guys can see it. But it's where you can see people who are doing these different things and yeah. Oh, you see that? Look at the groomsmen saying here, by the way.
What do you say? Nice drawing, Phil. Hey, thanks, bro.
There you go. And this gentleman, who will remain anonymous, my groomsman, is a professional animator who has worked for just about everybody. So he knows of what he speaks. And
Don Bluth.
That's right. It's Don Bluth. Oh, he would love that. Groomsman, do you like that as a reference? Because he was a Don Bluth fan.
Big fan.
Yeah, I love Don Bluth, and I love Secret of Nim is just incredible, man. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, don't highlight that. Oh, sorry. Well, it's too late. It's too late. You know, but this is the thing, right? When we're doing this stuff and we're putting it together, it's but it's like, yeah, you guessed it. Yeah, he's saying you guessed it. I am Don Bluth. But yeah, like when I look at this kind of stuff, it's Don the Groomsman Bluth. And I look at the stuff we were doing. He was going out there to buy some Star Wars toys. He was like, going, there's no pie in the house. I need to go out and get pie. And it became a thing. And he just took a trip to Walmart. And that's the stuff. It's like when I see D-Wag walking around at night. And I'm just like, yeah, it makes for just such great streams. And I was thinking about this just the other day, just how fun that stuff is, you know, and how it just gives people this connection. Those guys did so much to make entertaining stuff, you know, for us on YouTube. And it was cool, man. Absolutely cool to see that stuff. And now we're kind of like, you know, that's what we're doing. Late night draw streams. It's craziness, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, good stuff. We are doing it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. So guys, I am at 4:00 in the morning, my time. So I got to start winding down, and I Phil's at 3:00 in the morning, man. Holy cow. Where you are. But Phil, stick around. I want to say, hey, after this, if you've got a sec.
Cool.
But I'm going to wrap this up. Are you not entertained? Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely entertained. By you guys. And thank you guys for being here. I'm going to wrap up the stream, guys. Thank you guys for being here. What an amazing night for Nosfero. Thank you to all of the people who backed it tonight. You guys are amazing. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And thank you, Phil, for the congratulations, man. I feel like being with all of you guys and kindred spirits, making this stuff happen. You know, what else can I say? You know, I mean, when I think of the people that I've met in Comicsgate since I did the launch of Nosfero, but also while I've been doing the intro videos, including that one and fun stuff for Ethan back in the day. And I could not imagine my life without knowing all these people. These people, you know, in CGTM, I always show just as things wrap up. Eric, you can catch on the replay. I'm sure it's worth a watch. And thank you for coming in here, man, dropping likes and subscribing. All of you guys are awesome. But I just have to say to you guys, you know, you guys make all of this great. So wherever you are, have a great night, a great morning, you know, a great day. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thank you for being here and backing Nosfero. Thank you, Phil, and I'll talk to you in a second. But in the meantime, I got to close out with our song. So you know how it is, guys. And I absolutely will try those time lapses, by the way, Tim Fitzgerald. I will make it happen. So here you guys go. And have a great, great evening.
Here's a little something for you busters. Yeah.
You're not even learning anything on the street. Yeah. You think I'm stupid, son?
Yeah.
See what I'm trying to say to you, boy?
Yeah.
Do ya?
What's up with that?
Look at me, damn it!
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. What's up with that?
You smoke crack, don't you?
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack.
Look at me, boy!
Hey to you.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Don't even smoke crack.
You know what that does to you? Huh? You smoke crack, don't you?
Smoke crack.
Go on and do it expeditiously.
What's up with that?
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
Don't even smoke crack.
No gut, huh?
I apologize. I forgot you were there. You may go now.